Hello. Right. Okay. We should all be good. Right. This is it. 3 hours of Hannah eating what she claims to be a spring roll. So,
just started eating just as we've gone live.
Been sat here for 45 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
I was like, oh, we're live. Right.
Oh, boobs.
Well, yeah,
we're going live.
because...
Spring roll. Time to eat a spring roll.
Well, the thing is because Mel pointed out that every episode that she's edited...
Really?
I know.
Yeah.
Every episode that she's edited, at the beginning of every session, I'm eating something.
So you think you've taken that on yourself to be a thing now? You try to that's
Yes.
Consistency.
Takeaway ordered.
Consistency.
Every Monday at 8
you know, it's just as consistent to stop doing it and then not be doing it. That's consistent. Right there. No.
Consistently
What's the fun in that?
Edit. Stone grade does not become a consistent thing. Right.
I know full well that that's a one-bomb.
One-offs still exists. One-offs can happen.
So, welcome to where are we? Heavyweight Gaming. We play lots of D&D. We do loads of stuff. Welcome back, Mill. Is she all right? Is she good? Is she happy? She can't hear me. You all right, Mill? Is the wee one happy? Okay,
yes.
We'll go on that. If you need to go off, just let us. Well, don't even let us know. Just go. So, yeah, we do loads of stuff. We play D&D. And we got Pathfinder starting on the 25th, which I think is a week on Friday. That's going to be cool. We got Vampire the Masquerade coming in a couple of weeks. That's going to be cool. We got a little baby Beholder coming, hopefully sooner than a couple of weeks. Well, we'll keep you all posted, as will the Beholder lot. Yeah, we'll go with that. So, social media, we're all... Bardic's on. Yes! So, we get links in the chat.
I tried my best, all right? The one time
you just spammed some of them.
You
are
did
like
a really
4
good
years
job.
old. I was like, I don't even know who these people are, but...
I just had the list up and was doing all...
Machine gun commands.
Yeah.
Machine gun mod. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Weird Danish game. I'm sorry, but how big is that spring roll? Is it more? Well, Hannah is 3'2", so we'll let you work out the burrito size.
It's half a poncho.
It's half a poncho long.
Hannah is actually a halfling.
Yeah. So social media, if you go to Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you'll find us there. Just put in Heavyweight Gaming and you better find us. If you want to follow us about on our Discord and you've got loads of stuff you want to ask us or questions, which is the same thing as asking us, go to our Discord, throw it in there, we'll answer you. Usually stuff like people ask about DMing and world building or throw ideas in. We don't have time to do it all on the stream. So join the Discord. My headset's broke and I can hear the speaker rattling around in this ear and it is annoying me. So yeah, just go join our Discord. If you want to catch up on the 3,000 million, bazillion, trillion, 4 hours of storytelling we've done over the last couple of years, go to our YouTube channel. You can catch up on it all. It's great. We love it. That's it for social media. Sponsors. Coyote Grey, unbelievable artiste. Does chibi token artwork. If you go to Roll20 Marketplace and put in Coyote Grey, you'll get to see all the chibi packs that he's created thus far. If you watch our Tuesday shows, go on, Ray.
You Hannah. You actually missed one of our socials.
I was reading your character name.
And the fact that my character name is Raya.
I still call you Ray, and you still answer. So.
You missed one of your
Don't
socials.
get this confusing.
What social?
Your TikTok.
There's no such thing as a heavyweight game in TikTok.
I mean, there is. There's
There
nothing
isn't.
on it, but it's there.
Why is that even a command?
Yes, man.
I don't understand people. Anyway, if a video appears on that heavyweight game in TikTok, please alert me because I've been hacked. Okay.
Nice that the Beholder has a TikTok though.
Yeah, go
I
follow
need
that
the
one.
password for heavyweight gaming TikTok.
Loads of videos on that. If any of you guess gravy, you might be close to it. I'm just saying. So, yeah, Coyote Grey, go check them out. They did the chibi tokens for the characters on a Tuesday. They did the cover art that we use on a Tuesday. And whenever we use Roll20, I use the chibi tokens created by Coyote Grey. Also, I'm talking to Coyote Grey about designing our... I started the brew, I put the water in, there's a tea bag in there. We just need milk and sugar, love. Coyote Grey's not to do with that, by the way.
Coyote Grey tea, yep.
So Coyote Grey's going to sort us out some emojis. And yeah, so that'll be cool. Sort your beard out, beyond. So yeah, what else? I'm totally lost. Surge Escape, they're an unofficial sponsor. If you want
beard
epic
looks like my
music,
hair.
epic sounds, epic sounds for your epic games around the table, and you want to play it out your Bluetooth device or your PC or your laptop or whatever it is you're using, you create an ambience for your players. It's super cool. If you play online like we do, you can use a web player app where they all download the app. You as the GM invite them to your game. You click the music. It goes through to their web app, and boom! They have Dragonfire in their ears, house, living room, kitchen, toilet. So, 2-minute tabletop. Go check them out. I'm not sure we got a command for that yet. We'll need to sort that out. Although Bardic might surprise me. Go check out 2-minute tabletop. I've started using their maps for this campaign. Boom! She's amazing. Yeah, go check them out. They're hand sketched. Thank you, my lovely. Lucy, go down on it.
Yeah,
cool. So, go check out 2-minute tabletop. They do some quality maps. We've used them in the last couple of sessions, so you can go check them out. We've got hundreds to go through, and I've got lots of plans for many of them, so I can't wait for that. Whilst you're here, go follow the links for Roughworks Creative, Sawdust and Swear Words, brilliant woodworking crafters and leatherworking and stuff. They're both beautiful, as is Grace, who works with Dave on Sawdust and Swear Words. Beautiful people doing beautiful things. It's amazing. Get that on a t-shirt. Tasha's Heavier Crockpot Bits and Bobs is a 5th ed source material book thing. Don't know what it's called, but if you go check it out on DM's Guild, a lot of nerds drew a load of stuff, made up loads of cool subclasses and spells that you lot can go use in your 5e games. It's brilliant. It's been out over a year. There's 200 copies sold. It's less than $10, $9.99. You know what I mean? Or $9.95 even. Go check it out. It's amazing. And that leads me on to say that this year we will be launching our Kickstarter. Oh yes, where we will be creating a source book of Atoria, which is a nation that these lot are playing in and set in the world of Colossus. And there are hundreds of pages going into it, and a shitload of stretch goals and pledge rewards and stuff that we're putting together, from custom dice to miniatures, character artwork, charity one-shots. What else were we throwing in there? There's loads of stuff, absolutely loads. Pins, badges. There is a possibility, I have to confirm with Roughworks Creative, that they'll be doing a DM screen custom to what said pledge wants, but I'll confirm all that later on. That's that. Games Expo, beginning of June. If you go to the Games Expo UK, and it's at NEC Birmingham, and throughout the weekend, I'll be there as Heavyweight Gaming with Edward, aka Mr. Valentine. We'll have some beautiful t-shirts that will say we're from Heavyweight Gaming. And we'll be there with Bardic Inspiration. So while they're selling all their beautiful nerdy stuff, we'll be shouting really loudly about Colossus. So loudly that everyone in the expo will come and talk to us, and we will convince them to make us famous streamers. That's how that works. And assuming that I get the go-ahead, I've presented my idea. As soon as the expo give me the nod, I'll be doing a world-building panel for lots of people to come and shout questions at me that are probably not related to... and then at the beginning of August, I'm at the GSCon. So Heavyweight Gamer will be at GSCon, which is a con in Manchester, and they are raising money for folks that use gaming as a way to handle their mental health. So it's a really cool cause. There's a lot of nerds going, a lot of creators, gaming creators going and such. It's sponsored by Emrys, a good friend of ours that plays in our Tuesday games. If you put Emrys10 in your code thing for your tickets, you get 10% off your ticket. Sign up for the D&D. I'll be doing a one-shot. It's 4 hours long, 8 to 10 players. We've got a zone seminar room. There'll be a couple hundred people watching, hopefully. If not, we'll shout loudly again so they come and watch. Yeah. Is that it? Am I good? Bits. If you want to donate 200 bits to this lot, do it. They will get a reroll for every 200 bits you do. Heavyweight Gaming is the old channel, but it's still the name of the brand. Alright? Don't mention that old channel, Ree. I hate you. Do you feel sorry for the adventures? Not Ree. She's not allowed bits. Monkey Face. Donate 200 bits last year to give the party a reroll. They can't be used on the DM or death saving. Yes. Or death saving throws. They don't roll over to the following week. But there is no longer a cap. So if you absolute lunatics want to start throwing bits at these lots, so that, yeah.
I just got 200 just for me from Mel.
Yeah, well, I can't read, so that looks like Eddie to me. So
can't read. That's why it's called Heavyweight RPG, not Heavyweight Game.
And Althea dies. So you 200 bits, throw at this lot to get a reroll. There's no cap. Go nuts. They ain't gonna. If they don't use them, they don't roll over. So if you do throw bits at them, make sure you reminded them in chat that they've got rerolls. If you are absolutely into ruining their night and you want to give the Dungeon Master a reroll, it'll be 500 bits because we're trying to put you off doing them. So if Dwarf Warrior's about, I'll probably get one. But yeah, I think that's it. Is that it? Anyway, is that everything? Still not doing you a link for that. Oh, but you do one for TikTok, Bardic. I hate my life so much.
Actually, I did the link for TikTok.
That's worse. So, let's have some music.
I'm a mod, which means I can do links, but I don't know how. So
I'll teach you. Don't worry.
thank you.
I'll teach you.
Next week there'll be 400 new commands.
So, chat. The Surenscape. Oh, I forgot. The Surenscape is on the same mixer as the players. So please tell me if it's too loud or not loud enough.
Crowd of people.
There should be a crowd of people. Aye. You're probably going to get sugar dates as pistachios. Pistachios.
Pistachios. Dates and pistachios.
So we'll see. Right, let's have a little recap. These well, I haven't decided what they are yet, but this lot.
The would-be heroes.
The would-be heroes have spent the last few... Alright, mate. 3 bananas, 2 bananas, 6 bananas a pound! You spent some time in a wintry mountain, basically unify or die. Can't bear to hear it here in the chat.
Yeah.
Right, let's...
More dates and pistachios.
I'll tell you what, let's... Right, you should be able to hear that now, Biggie. Let me know, mate. I'm having flashbacks at home. So, you unified or died. You got together. You quickly realised that there was time to talk later. You survived wandering around against the two-headed snakes, the crystallised bear, the Tishi mushroom guardian. You discovered a religious statue that led you to knowledge of the six and the one that refused, the forgotten deity. How you haven't yet pieced that together, if you ever do. You went through the teleportation circle into a town in Atoria called Buxy Bay. The teleportation circle was found within the guild halls of Ectelior. Now, it turns out Ectelior is a little bit into themselves. However, they are the head of the guild. With a quick conversation, you were led to downstairs where you got to mingle with lots and lots and lots of bardic folk. Dancers, singers, story writers, historians, anything that they could possibly do that would be an entertaining artistic representation of anything. You got to see this happening. Enjoying the ambience of the tavern-like atmosphere, you got to interact with Leonidas, the most famous halfling bartender in Atoria, if not the world. Artwork will be put up on the stream at some point. But yes, you tried your game of roulette. Bjorn fully committed to that, and either lost or won, depending on Bjorn's way of looking at it. But there was an extreme... Won. Yeah, definitely won. Yeah. The party got to find out that Velk can actually speak. After speaking to Alexander, who is the voice, it seems, of the guild whilst Ectelio is staring at pictures of themselves, Alexander has asked FaZe and Bjorn, mostly FaZe, to look into someone who is offering bardic work on behalf of the Guild of Ectelior. This is not sanctioned, and Alexander doesn't like it. Mostly because the reputation, or the rumours that are coming back, that's sullying the reputation, are that these specific performers are doing horrible and terrible and terrifying things when they go do these performances. And it is bad for the guild. But Alexander has no idea who it is, what they're doing, why they're doing it. But when FaZe told Alexander that she was on a similar quest, mission, information gathering, Alexander has asked if FaZe and her companions will look into it because Alexander is too well known in Buxy Bay. He said yes. You got a room for the night that cost you all a copper. The room is currently decored in the aesthetic of the Vey dynasties, thanks to Etheria, and you're all getting your head down. Remy had just entered the room after a few pints too many, And yes, you all manage your long rest, unless you really want to talk through the night. Cool. So you all wake in the morning, long rest done. You can hear from outside, through the window, coming from outside, the call of a marketplace being put up. As you have a quick look, you can see that there are streams of red and blue and golds and silvers. Is it bunting, they call it? Where it goes across from certain pillars that are down the streets or on specific buildings. You can see more stalls being erected that you probably... Looking out into the bit, there people are moving their current stalls aside to let other stalls come in. There is lots and lots of traffic coming into Buxy Bay at the minute. Buxy Bay is a massive port town, akin to Shagaloof. You are very aware, especially Althea and Velk, you will have heard of this quite a lot, that Buxy Bay is a party town. The festival they are holding is one of birth. It doesn't matter your age. It's to celebrate life and someone being birthed. It's a birthday, without it being on the date of your birthday. Any excuse for a party. It's the morning. You can hear the market outside. Monkey face, I love it. What do you do, folks? You all wake up.
Do you remember last session I asked someone directions to an armourer/weaponsmith?
And they went out the door, turn left.
I would like to follow those directions if the party would be so willing to come with me to purchase a shield.
I love it.
I'm going to stay in bed, but I'm going to reach out a foot and kick Bjorn and go, you need to buy Althea a shield.
You are quite right, Face. Thank you for reminding me. Althea, I offer to put some money towards it. I will accompany you if you wish.
Yeah, sounds good. I have got just enough to cover it, but I would appreciate a couple of gold towards it, which would mean I would have some money spare.
Question: are there any rafters in this room?
Rafters? Yeah.
Fantastic, because that's where Rhea has kind of created her own little bed.
Okay.
She still feels weird about sleeping on the floor.
Rhea has nested.
Bad girl.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought you were going to say you're upside down like a bat.
Not quite. Not yet. Wait until we can get
That's called character development.
wait until I can get world shape in that. From the rafters, she literally like Rhea just like throws down like the bag that's got all of the coins in it, and then kind of like Rhea like fluffs herself and just goes back to sleep.
Frankly, Faze and Rhea are lazy today.
Rhea,
Dodge out the way of the coins.
Rhea, would you like us to buy you something?
No.
What is the gold for?
I think it's to help buy Althea's shield.
I'm not going to use it. Someone else may have.
What is wrong with all of you? Althea's like dressed. Like,
Just up 300 push-ups done already.
Yeah, that's it, just benching something in the corner, like, come on guys.
I'm just gonna put Rhea's pouch in my pack, not to spend it.
Okay.
Just
You
go, all right.
have acquired 10 gold, 10 silver, and 30 copper.
Nice.
Cool. Okay.
Acquired.
I'm gonna put my dress back on, my kimono, and my two swords. So look at why are you not up? It's like 5 AM.
Right?
So I'll head out with the others.
Who knew that the warriors would be up disciplined exercise maniacs?
Eric would be on board, but
I'm like, what's the sleeping?
I drank a lot of beer last night.
I drink sake. Right,
Good
fine.
for you.
Did you?
I'm just gonna grab the magically refilling tankard of beer and just wave it at FaZe's face. Would you not still want some?
Don't make me make you play roulette again.
I'm just gonna put it back down. Leave her alone.
How's Remy this morning?
He's not there.
He's not here.
There. He disappeared in the night.
Did anyone
He-
see him go?
What, Remy?
Yeah, where's he gone?
Did I notice him leave?
I'm assuming none of us noticed. 'cause we're
None of you
all-
noticed him leave.
Freya just kind of goes, maybe he rolled over onto one of his potion bottles and now he's invisible.
Don't
I'm
say
very
things
smart.
like that.
We might stand on him.
Be
It's
really
weird
small.
that could be 100% factual.
Yeah.
That's best case scenario. Like,
Everybody quiet for a second. Remy, are you here?
Everybody check your feet.
I'm just gonna start
No answer.
kicking into the air. Like,
Make sure
Okay.
you've not stood on him.
If we're missing a person, I'll get up. Okay, hang on. Then I'll get up and put clothes on and wander around trying to find my giant hammer.
Because you can just lose it like that, you know.
Oh, I've left it like underneath someone's mattress in a corner because that's what drunk people do with their stuff.
That's why Bjorn
None of
slept
us-
like that.
Underneath
Why
the
does
futon.
my
you slept on top of a giant hammer.
Yeah, giant hammer underneath the futon. That's probably
Yeah,
only a couple of
it's the
inches
different. It's
thick.
not the princess and the pig. It's.
I was just about to say
It's the
that.
Warlock and the Hammer.
Yeah.
Canon. Fairy Tales of Colossus.
The warlock and the hammer. You have to write that now as a nursery rhyme.
Somebody let me put it on my board, for fuck's sake.
I'll write a
Velk,
book
are
of
you-
nursery rhymes. I'm an
Are you
English literature
coming with us?
Was that, sir?
Velk.
If you like look round to the bed that Velk was in, like if you're all stood near the door ready to go, as you look round, you basically see me already stood next to you, just smiling.
Shit, that's not freaky. on.
No?
The amount of just jumping
Fully
when the backhand
clothed,
comes
ready
up.
to go. Yeah.
Wow. You're quick.
It is return to form and Velk, yes?
Well, we go out and see about the day.
Oh, so you only do the narration bit. If there is an adventure to be had.
I mean, I'm still telling the story, but yeah, like how it is now. There's some assumed details, some skip bits. Doesn't have to word out every part of the story.
Let's tell the story of how we find Remy and go and find him.
Freya
And
just
Alfie
kind
just
of
leaves.
Freya kind of perks up. She's like, "Is he still broken? Huh?"
I think he's just decided to put himself into the story a little bit.
Ah, no, this is your story.
He's not broken, Rhea. He's not broken. It's different strokes for different folks.
Just gonna like be up there, just looking very confused. Going, what have strokes got to do with folks?
Who left the room?
Me.
Cool.
I'm following.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Cool.
Althea.
Bjorn.
Freya sees Faye's leave, so she's like,
Cool.
"Ah."
Vote Bjorn, you left in the room.
Lies down.
As they start walking out, like as the last one goes,
Such a
I'm like,
prick.
the
I would-
party sets off about their day.
And you just hear Freya go, "He's fixed."
I'm gonna look at him as I'm standing directly in front of him. Just, I'm actually more comforted by this. Strangely.
So uncomfortable with you talking in the
Just
first
carry
person.
Etheria is walking down the corridor outside, hears that and goes, yes!
As you all leave, going back down the couple of flights of stairs to the main guild hall, as it is, there's still... It's more set up, and you can see now there seems to be a lot more people here with a lot more musical instruments, or more parchment, more quills, more scriptures that they're performing, more artists. But they seem to be all prepping rather than in mid-flow of their craft. The bar is just as busy with the gnomes, halflings and goblins running up and down it and serving folk, but it seems to be less alcohol. There's still a bit flying around, but there are folks drinking warmer drinks, fruit juices and the like. Going out into the streets, assuming Althea you're just like, yeah, cool, more bads. Outside.
Yeah, unless I see Leonidas, or like anyone prominent that we recognise from the night before, I'll just collar them and be like, "Have you seen Remy?"
Remy's not in the crowd now as we look
Give me a
down.
Yeah, this is true. Is Remy in the crowd? Just gonna leave and he's just behind us.
That's going to be 17.
I'm gonna scoot around. I mean, it's heavy with people, like overly crowded. Probably less so if people manage to set stuff up, but it is heavily crowded. 2 seconds.
Oh no, we must
I reckon
entertain.
just run,
We found Remy dead.
You
Yeah,
need to check your bags. I think he's very small.
it's very sad.
We
I
can't
was
kill
small
Remy.
I'm telling you now, he's rolled over in his sleep, crushed one of his potion bottles, and now he's invisible or something.
No, I kicked
sounds
that
like a
whole
very
room.
rambling
He was
thing.
not-
It's exactly how he wanted to go. It's exactly how he wanted to
You
go.
see, hanging from the raft.
He's covered in like, he's in a.
He's hanging
crowd
upside
somewhere
down,
covered in
half
women.
bat, half man. We'll call him man bat,
Maybe
so we
one
don't
of
get
us are
sued.
now Remy.
Yeah, you do not see Remy, just more people. Leo is on the bar.
Did she sleep?
Do you
Doesn't
ask?
need to. It's magical.
Yeah, I ask. Did you go to sleep, Leonidas?
Good morning, great
Morning.
crystal dragonbot. Sleep? Only when I die.
You look remarkably well.
I always look remarkably well. It's a halfling thing, and winks at you.
Very handsome.
They blush at the wink.
Oh,
Leonidas, have you seen our our skinny, gangly friend that was very
potion
funny last
bottles. Often looks confused. It's very bad.
Leonidas, have you seen our skinny mate? I'll never met it in the movie, did it? Jesus Christ.
night? Have you seen our skinny teenager with the potion bottles and the alcohol?
Good morning, Sandy Hero. I have not seen your skinny drinking friend of alchemical concoctions.
At all, he's not come through here, or you've just not seen him?
Yes and no. No and yes.
I mean, he left our room at some point, so he must have gone
During the night.
somewhere. Yes.
With company. I think they were speaking of more concoctions to make.
Oh god. Oh god, he's blown
Who?
himself
Who
up.
was he speaking to?
The half-elf. The Bjorn. Not Bjorn. Ah, you fell over to roulette. It was yourself. The half-elf you drank with.
He was conscious?
Yes.
He wasn't when I left.
If they,
woke up on
It's been many hours since you'd left there.
if they have been talking about more alchemical brews, perhaps they have gone to get supplies.
Ah,
Did
Winter
they mention
Warrior,
about
yes.
where they were
Oh, you fucker. I literally just plucked out a beer there with my pen. Fuck.
Oh, that's what the reaction was.
going?
Oh.
Silence.
I thought it was
Leonidas
like
will
in
get it.
character.
I said it was a
Yeah,
reaction
I
to
was
my
like-
question. Like,
Jesus.
I've been hit by a truck, and that surprised me more. What was that last bit?
do you know where they went? He went, oh, you fuck. It's like, should I not have asked that?
They left later on, earlier this morning.
Leonidas,
Yes.
can we purchase perhaps potions or alchemical supplies?
Looks at the rest of you. An alchemist shop.
Directions perhaps to an alchemy shop?
Out the door, turn left.
Left.
everything left.
Are all of the shops left?
Turns out this
Most
is on
of
the
them, yes.
corner.
If you
This
go
is on
right,
the
you
corner
go
of
down to the
wall.
docks.
Is
The
there a
guild
market
house
to
is
the left?
situated by the guild, the docks, so they can travel better. Is there a what here?
Is there a market to the left? Is that why they're all left?
Yes. Etheria, have you been here before? Great Dragon Warrior.
No, but I could hear it out the window.
They are very loud, but not in key.
No.
Morning roulette, Winter Warrior.
Oh.
Uh,
No. Actually, nah, it's funny. Do it again.
Just threatens beyond.
yes.
Summons the tray.
You remember the save, don't you, Rich? Like,
There are just wooden shot cups on the tray, and a tall bottle. Not the wine jug that was before. It's just a tall wooden bottle with a little bit of a cork at the top.
Party smiles, but sighs on the inside.
The
Here we
tray.
go again. Same thing.
I don't.
The tray. The tray raises up maybe an inch from Leonardus' hand and spins as he's doing that above it. Say when, Winter Warrior.
yeah,
When
it's just-
Winter Warrior?
I like it. And it stops.
Autistic
There
brain.
are 6 cups.
Good things right now.
I cast Mage Hand and point at the 5th one.
Cool. A ethereal pink dragon clawed hand points at the 5th cup.
I will take the 5th cup.
Cool. Do you drink?
You
the
fully
5th
just
cup?
do anything anyone tells
I
you.
do. I
The
absolutely
contents
do.
are thick, almost like a really thick honey. Doesn't taste of honey. It tastes of. Have you ever eaten charcoal?
Taste of regret.
Yes, as it happens.
Cool. Tastes like charcoal, but it's thick, so it kind of just hangs on the taste buds and all the way down. Can you roll a d6, please?
A D6.
Well, yeah, 6 cups. I want to know which one you got.
Okay.
Well, I look at my morning roulette table. Do you know why I wrote this up? Because I knew that you do morning roulette.
I rolled a 2.
Yes, you did. Cool.
Is he about to drop MDMA again? That's what I want to know.
The fact that was so great. Your head.
More like acid. So, Bjorn, as you drink it and you feel the charcoal, this like thick charcoal liquid, you kind of sit there and be like, "I'm not too bad." I mean, the last one obviously put you on cloud cuckoo. Then you look around, everyone's gone into some weird slow motion sort of moment. Turns out they ain't going slow. You're going really fast. You are now hasted for the next 10 minutes.
Wasted for 10 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, we need to get into a fight.
Go for a jog.
Roleplay
Bjorn,
as you see fit.
Bjorn, are you okay? You seem to be vibrating.
I'm completely fine. Why are you talking so slowly?
Okay. What is that, Leonidas?
The wrong one.
Oh. Is there a right one?
Yeah.
What's the right one?
Can we leave here? That all of you are talking very slowly. Why don't we leave now? Please? Please, 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 please. Can we leave now?
No, we are going to stay long.
I speak well.
Yeah, blue fish swims past in midair. Bravo! And you get a rose thrown at Rhea and Etheria from nowhere.
Bjorn?
Etheria's looking around. Yeah, okay.
Would you like to lead the way? I'd like to watch.
I'm gonna move as fast as I can. I'm gonna move as fast as I can towards the door.
So as you lot take like 2 or 3 steps, Bjorn's at the door, holding the door
And,
open.
and then come back.
As you are halfway there, Bjorn meets you after going to the door and back.
Wow.
Just
I
does
gotta
it
give some of that.
continuously until we get to the door.
Pretty much.
Like playing cricket, just backwards.
How many runs can you do?
You're gonna be
On-
so hungry after this.
On the way out, I want to look into that 5th glass and see if he drank it all.
Yes.
Oh.
Just rubbing it on your
Thank
gums.
you, Leonidas.
Thank you.
Anytime.
See you soon.
You know you can get him to do pretty much anything. He's very enthusiastic. Don't let him do too many of these.
Are you saying that to Leo?
Yes.
I am aware.
Yep. Okay.
Thumbs up
This
as I
is,
go.
Yeah.
this is fun.
Thanks.
I think we should catch up with him. Oh, he's back.
How?
Oh.
How do you propose we do that?
I don't really know. It keeps coming back, so...
While you're all moving very slowly, I'm going to search around for as we go for Remy.
Okay. Thank you, Bjorn.
Bjorn, are you going to go full on, like, looking for Rabbit? Okay. Give me an investigation check. Advantage, because,
Cool.
you know, there's an element of speed on your side.
Ha!
Give him
Trying to hide, you
disadvantage.
can't.
Natural 20.
Boom.
So
So
hang on.
Hey!
Natural 20 for just the 21. A mediocre 21.
Natural 20 for a total of 15. So, as you go flying around, what you do notice is more and more of what you saw just peeking out the window. There's definitely a setup. If it's early morning, people are setting up their market stalls, moving them to the left to allow more market stalls to be put there. There is a couple of foreman type folks that are walking around with long scrolls just like over their arms and stuff, and they're talking to others and they're readjusting, basically doing the logistics of where all these stalls are. There's a stage that's pretty much nearly built. You assume they started it a day or two ago, and obviously only been in the guild house yesterday. You haven't watched its construction, but they've nearly finished it, and it's got a big like amphitheater, like half dome across it. Above it, sorry. There are rope setups for like acrobatics and trapeze type things. There are small pits or like sand pits that will be used for singular performances like juggling or dancing swords and stuff like this. They're probably folk that are going to punch each other in the face. Maybe we'll send Althea there later. But yeah, you could see quite quickly like people rushing around setting up this massive festival to come. All the buildings in Buxy Bay are just rammed on top of each other. People have come here, decided to stay, so built a building. Someone else has tipped up and gone, it's great here, we love having parties, let's build another building. And there's kind of that disjointed effect. There are pillars everywhere to fit the aesthetic of Atoria, but they don't fit the aesthetic of the architecture. So people have gone, we're in Atoria, what's Atoria got lots of? Pillars. Right, stick a pillar by that alchemy stop. What's that over there? Stables? Get a pillar besides it. But it's vibrant, it's colourful. All the, is it terracotta? The roofing, the like red roof tiles.
Yeah.
You get a lot of that across Atoria basically, but in Buxy Bay a lot of the roofing is that, but the rest of the buildings are wood, stone, random pillars put in places. There is a lot of, how do I word this? Sidebars. So it's like you go to a market and there's someone selling, apples and pears. There are folk here that are selling drinks from all over Atoria, all over Colossus, they claim. There is almost sections of culture that you can see mingled in with Atoria, those of the desert lands in the south. Similar, there's furs and such from Viconia and Savai. You've got, to yourself, it looks similar to Atoria and Etheria. As you get out there, you'll notice that there's some Quran type, what's the word? I don't know, flavour to some of the market areas, and you notice a difference just because you're from Quran. To most people, Quran and Atoria share a very similar aesthetic. There's a bit of Vey dynasty like elements, and this market is huge. Like the entire town is a market town, and it's got bars on the side. It's got entertainment. Whatever you're looking for, you could probably find as long as it is prefixed or suffixed. I don't even know what suffix means. But if the word entertainment is involved, you could probably find it in Buxy Bay. And that goes for all ages. It is a port town. As you're belting around all over the place beyond, like running on the sky, the port town kind of dips, follows a hill, goes down, and the port town is massive. And you can see that all down there is more avenues of just little pathways that pull away from the main path down, that go into these little like almost cul-de-sacs, like courtyard area types, where there are more entertainment stalls, these little like cocktail shacks type thing, and then it goes down to the beach. The beach is beautiful golden sand, and it reaches either side of the harbour, and the harbour is full of ships, absolutely full of ships, and it stretches right round to where you came out of the guild house. If the guild house was on the edge of the town and you looked like a cone of vision out of Buxy Bay, that's where the guild house is, and then you'd walk down a path that widens down to the main part of the harbour. But where you are in the central bit of the town, there are many paths that go down to the harbour. It's full, absolutely rammed, and you see squared sails, long rectangle sails, 3-mast ships, 2-mast, small passenger boats, large cargo ships. You see the sort of ridged sails from the Vey dynasty with that. Some of them have got like a triangular sort of shape going on, where it's what's it called, like a sloping rectangle, Isometric, there you go. So it's wide at the bottom and then stretches smaller to the top. There's those sorts of sail shapes. So yeah, so Buxy Bay is a massive, heaving, busy port town that is completely rammed with everyone on holiday, trying to buy everything. You guys just got some more bits. Thank you, Dwarf Warrior.
Thank you.
On your 21, now we have the Buxy Bay description. On your 21, you do see an alchemical shop called the Turtle Shell. Outside there is a turtle shell on the floor, upside down, so it's like a bowl, basin for you Tupperware folk. And you can see that it is full of a bubbling liquid. As you get close to it, the bubbling liquid seems to be illusionary rather than anything that you could drink. I mean, you feel free to try, but you'll go right through it. And it's just painted on a sign outside the door called Turtle Shell. There's one window open, no glass, just a portal of the window, a cross wooden beam. But you can see in there. Thank you, Uli. You can see straight in there. DM has no rerolls, Dwarf Warrior. We've been waiting for you. So you look in there, and you can see Remy with the half elf in the blue robes that was drinking with Althea yesterday for 12 seconds and died. But you do see them both in there. They're very like shoulder to shoulder, and they're kind of over a table on the left hand side, and there's lots of small vials on there filled with coloured liquids. Thank you, Chuckles. 500. Chuckles, give the DM a reroll. Ooh, ooh. Cheers, Chuckles. Pretty sure that's one of yours, Bjorn. Cheers, Stu. So, and you do see Remy in there with the half elf from the night before, referred to as No Name by Leo. But the shop itself is as stereotypical alchemical as you can get, rammed with empty vials, rammed with coloured vials filled with colourful liquids, and tools and such that would go in every alchemical kit going.
As soon as I clock Remy being in the shop, I will rush back to see how far they've managed to catch up with me.
So whilst you all, I'm not describing Buxy Bay again, you see all of that, and you see Bjorn just like nipping around everyone.
We just got out the door.
Ish, yeah. He's done 4 mile round trip. Cheers, Uli. Another 200 bits.
What's everyone's reaction to seeing this little person go past?
Like, I can move 120 feet in 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Currently is what you're seeing.
Yeah, but what's other people's reaction?
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be, too much reaction to it.
Okay. Thank you. This is normal.
Buxy Bay's weird.
Shugger.
I'm
learning
used
from
to
this,
this
yeah.
shit in Buxy Bay.
Welcome to Tenerife, kids.
Someone's been drinking the charcoal again. Make his way trying to follow this blur.
So, Jesus. Thank you for all the bits, folks. So,
Wow.
as you, I don't know what a hype train is. I mean, cheers.
Hype train puts you higher on the watch list for Twitch, so you'll appear more on like,
Okay.
so when people look for D&D, you'll be higher up on the list.
Bits of subs and activity in the chat.
Oh,
And it
cool.
gets us new emojis.
Sorry, lads, like, get more bits then. Get these hype trains going. All right? Cheers.
Get this hype train going.
I know. We made it. We made it to level 3 once. We need to get above that.
All right, cool. Note to self: shout at people for hype train.
That's a good note.
So, I'm a people person. What are you doing? You are trying to follow the blur, but the blur is essentially bouncing around. No one seems to be reacting overly. You get the odd, "Whee!" Someone will point as they go running past. If Bjorn manages to knock someone's drink out of their hand, there's an even bigger cheer. It doesn't matter if they're drinking water, alcohol, fruit juices. There's just a immediate "Whee!" as he knocks it out of their hands. If he bumps into anyone that's trying to set up for the day, the majority of them react with a smile and they're like cheeky, don't worry about it. You get the odd disgruntled member. They've probably not been to Buxy Bay for a while. But yeah.
Is there any way that I can clothesline him?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Not at all.
Well, not right now. Well, unless you can position yourself and judge where he's about to run, and then stand there with your arm out, and then Bjorn runs at your arm. No.
You tell me what to roll.
Roll a d20. If you get a number, you fail.
I got a 2.
You're just missing.
Did you see this arm really slowly extend?
Yeah.
Bjorn
You go
limbos
past
under it
the
like
matrix.
Neo. To be fair, I'd prefer it if Bjorn just ran up to it, went around it.
Went under it, limbo.
Jumps over.
So, ignore the flash for now. What the other 5 are you doing?
Looking out for a armory shop.
Give me a perception check, Etheria.
I don't see one. I assume a 4.
Not any that are popping out here. There probably are some around the place, but just it is very busy. There is a lot of people there. You can't really see any sign. You see lots of shop signs and pub signs, but nothing's jumping at you. The old Red Lion. Everything's jumping out at you to nothing's saying armour or shop.
Getting distracted by some of the current by places.
Cool.
Rhea is going to be very overwhelmed by everything going on. So she's like, I need to get away from this. Turns to the nearest stall, market owner, whatever, and goes, Armory, where, please?
She's kind of just moving a box across and she's popping the lid off the crate and she turns as you like armory where. Looks at you for a minute. And then points across the market area, and where you follow her gaze, there is a sign that says the Long Wave, and there is water painted across, like waves of water painted across. It's not just a penguin going. You know what I mean? But yeah, and there is there are shields and sword symbols in the waves. Just there, dear. And changes back.
Whoa! Hold the fucking phone.
What just happened there? An
Anonymous gift 5.
gift
Nice, thank you very much. Just so you know, Anonymous, my little boy pronounces Anonymous as anus, man. So I'm just putting it out there. Sometimes it's better to have a name. I'm just saying. But thank you very much for the gifted.
Now we're on level 2 hype train. Level 3 hype train, sorry. And we're not far off.
out how to gift subs. Why is Twitch so fucking
We're not far off a level 4 hype train now either. We've got 5 minutes to get to level 4.
I don't know how to do it.
No pressure or anything.
So while you're lot paying my kids through university, what are you lot doing?
I'm just gonna say to the party and be like, Armory, that way, let's go. And Rhea just beelines just to get away from everything.
Assuming I noticed that Rhea seems a little bit tense, I'm just going to keep relatively close behind and just make sure she's okay and
Thank you, really.
follow her to the shop.
Okay.
Aw, Rhea.
I worked out how to do it.
Hype train now.
I worked out how. Found the button.
Lovely. Thank you very much for the hype. Whee! Don't know what's going on, but I'm loving it.
You find yourself here, stay. We've all spent a lot of money to get you here.
Yeah.
Not me.
You will enjoy our D&D.
Yeah, just dropped 15 quid on bits and subs. You've got to stay now.
We are absolute idiots. You don't want to leave.
So, Rhea and FaZe, you're heading towards the Long Wave Armory.
Yep.
Bjorn, you're on your way back. It won't take you too long. The only thing slowing you down is the fact that you just spent time looking and now making your way zip through the crowd. But you do notice it's like heading towards a different building. Velk, Etheria, and Althea, do you follow FaZe and Rhea?
Torn between checking on Remy and getting shielded.
I would like to look round in the crowd of people and see if there's anybody who looks like the suspicious types of character, like anybody who looks like they'd be
Dodgy.
like the dodgier types of people.
Following Velk and looking at the stall.
Looking for your friends, are you, Velk?
Okay, Etheria. Give me a... Give me an investigation check.
Natural, not 20. No, not natural 20. Not natural 20. That's the one I meant. Not natural 20.
not 20, it's a 3.
I just saw
So-
stars there, mate. I was like,
You know what I mean?
Dirty 20.
6 foot 9 foot 6.
3 ponchos.
Yeah, ponchos.
7.2 ponchos. Unnatural ponchos,
How much?
obviously.
How much was a poncho? 5
3
feet.
foot.
5 feet.
Is it 5 feet? I thought it was 3 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet.
Oh, it's a square, isn't it? It's a
Yeah, because
square.
I'm just over a
Yeah.
poncho tall.
Every square has a 5 foot poncho.
For anyone joining us now, wondering what the whole poncho thing is about,
Go watch episode
previous
1.
episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
so
a unit
More
of measurement
sense.
now.
So you got 20. Okay, so there are several folk that take your keen eye. Being from Cruel, Buxy Bay is just a bigger version of Cruel and holds more of an aesthetic of a nation, whereas Cruel, where you're from, is just ragtag. But you do manage to spot and be able to read folk that are the glorious holy paladins and those that are more, you want to buy this watch type, characters. And there are a few that pour about. The immediates that catch your eyes, there's a couple of humans, a dwarf, there's elves, there's 1 or 2 Goliaths. There's a plethora of folk you could approach and ask if they're dodgy. But the immediates, that I reckon, easy 12 in your immediate vicinity that you could probably guess are varying levels of dodgy.
Does it look like they're kind of gathering around any sort of specific areas? Like, do you know, like they kind of
No,
position
they're
themselves, or is it literally just throughout the crowd?
yeah, they're spread out as if they're working the crowd. They don't seem to be linked. They
Yeah.
seem to be of their own agendas. However, there's no this is the dodgy spot. They seem to just be in and about. Maybe 1 or 2 are pickpockets, again, won't surprise you. But there are folk in the crowd, and there are hundreds of people in Buxy Bay at the minute. As in newcomers.
Yeah. Cool. Happy days. I'll carry on to the armory with everyone else.
So you all head to the armory. As you walk into the long wave, it is typical of an armourer's. It is half a stall, like massive lean-to, where there are lots of tables with standard weaponry and armour on. Being in Atoria, arena fighting or pit fighting and stuff like this, competitive fighting and glory fighting, it's all kind of just part and parcel of the life of Atoria. Folk love it, they get involved in it, some have a dabble.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. You have your Sunday leagues, you have your World Cups, but yeah, it is a typical stall that would sell armoury kit. The building that is bolted on, the lean-to is bolted onto the building. There are 2 stone pillars, absolutely covered. I mean, when they first were brought here, they were probably beautiful white marble. They are now covered in grime and oil and soot. The heat just radiating from the building. You could probably guess that there is some sort of forging going on, but it isn't as hot as the actual blacksmiths any of you have ever visited. Except Raya, you've no idea what a blacksmith is. But yeah, there is no door. It's just these hanging wooden beads, hundreds and hundreds of them just hanging down, and the heat is coming from within. Anyone going in?
Yes.
Who goes
Away from
first?
people. Yes.
So Raya goes in first.
Yes.
As you walk in, Raya, it is super hot. I mean, Atoria's got that Mediterranean sort of climate anyway. But when you go in here, it's raw heat. Like someone's got a fan and just blowing at you. You walk in there and you see a rather attractive tiefling. She has really thick forearms covered in scars. She's got a long apron that goes all the way down to her knees. The apron is thick leather. She doesn't have any gloves on, and she's working some sort of metal piece, and she's just holding the metal in her hand. It's glowing orange hot, and she's just beating it with a steel hammer. Her horns wrap from her temples to the back of her head, and then braid down the back, but it's grown because the horns rather than actually plaited. No hair does she have on her head, completely shiny bald. But despite being covered in grime and such, she's got a very striking face. Beauty is within the eye of the beholder, obviously, but she's a very striking tiefling. Ching.
As Hannah,
As a moment.
delicious. Raya is just like, shield, please.
Oh, hi. Welcome to the Long Wave. Shields, over there. And she just points across, and there's just a few racks that have just got the odd shield on. Some are quite large, Spartan-esque sort of steel shields, and a few more bucklers. Just pick one, and we'll sort it out for you. And she just carries on, and then looks back at you. Shakes her head, and just keeps banging away at this, whatever she's doing with this metalwork.
Freya just goes and stands in front of the shields.
There are lots of
Waiting
shields.
for the rest of the party.
As you all follow in, you see this tiefling getting on with her work. You see Rhea just stood, staring at like 6 shields.
I'm going to go over to the Steve and not getting away, but obtrusively watch what she's doing.
Watching the blacksmith?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Your mic's super quiet, Tony. Or at least for me. I don't know if that's me.
It is, yeah. I think some pistachios is louder than Tony.
Yeah. Before you were super clear and loud, and it seems to have muffled a bit.
What have I done?
That's all right. So, whatever they're making, Etheria, isn't a weapon. It seems to be more intricate, more of a delicate design. There's a few twists in the metal, and it kind of curves around and such. There seems to be a lot more complexity to it than other than a long blade or such. Bjorn, it's at this point that your haste will have worn off. It was only there for 10 minutes. You've all made your way to the long wave, and you will get to the long wave. You don't have the after effects of being tired. You're just straight back to that boom. But
Very
make
cool.
note, because you will have the after effects later in the day. Welcome to Colossus.
The perpetually tired Bjorn.
No con. Always tired. Always drunk.
Sleepy Viking.
So, you get there and you feel kind of fresh. Like, oh, cool. And you're at the door, or well, the shack of the Long Wave Armourers.
Find out
Have you slowed down yet, Bjorn?
here. Yes, I have. Thank you for asking. Althea, I have found Remy. He is in the alchemy shop up the road.
Oh, okay. Well, the others went that way, so we could check in on him on the way to following them.
Yes. Have you found the shield you wish yet? Or
No. I've been waiting here for you, I think. I didn't...
you have been quite a while? Or have I been?
Oh no, you've been spinning around the place. You've been very quick.
Feels like it has been like half an hour, but
No, it's been probably 10 minutes, if that.
so let us find you a shield.
We'll head where the other guys have gone. But yeah, I'll look in on Remy on the way.
So you're grabbing a shield? You're just grabbing
I'm not with them in the armory place.
Have you not followed them up to the armory? Did you not go in?
No.
Okay.
I was waiting with Bjorn, and then we were gonna go and see Remy.
Okay. So you and Bjorn
okay.
are going to go see
Sorry.
Remy.
I think so. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
being
alright.
asked if I was going. Yeah.
So Ray went off to the armourers. I just assumed you all went with.
Oh, right, no,
Did you stay in the crowd while you were looking, or did you look while you walked?
Looked when I walked, and then I went into
Cool.
with the rest of them.
So you're with the rest of them. Althea, you
Well,
stayed in the crowd while they all walked up to the armourers?
When Rhea, at the same time as Rhea walking off, I would have walked towards the alchemy shop to just check in on Remy
Okay.
and then followed them up there. So we'll probably arrive shortly after her, but I haven't done my...
Right, so
Yeah,
Bjorn's
interaction
only
with
just got to tell you that Remy's in the alchemy shop.
Yeah.
So we'll do that bit in a sec. So you've got you bump into Ray, Althea before the armourer's shop. Tell her that. Point out the alchemy shop. Are you two off to the alchemy shop?
Yes.
So you two start walking down towards the alchemy shop. It's not far, it's only across the market thingy. Right, so Faze, Etheria, Velk and Rhea in the armourer's shop. What are you doing? I hate D&D.
I'm just going to be sort of vaguely looking around at the things, but then I'm going to go and look out the window and just see the general area, try and get an understanding of how the area goes together. Like, try and learn to navigate it a little bit.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh. Oh yeah, that. Oh, I've closed D&D Beyond. I can't.
I can't do that.
Oh, I forgot what game we were playing and decided not to.
Space Invaders.
Right, that is 16 plus 2, 18.
Okay, so just looking out the armourers, you can kind of get a decent scope of where the market's been laid out, and you can see where they're adjusting things. You reckon you'd be pretty comfortable navigating your way around? You'd find it... You'd have to deliberately get lost. Like, you know where the guild house is, you now know where this armourers is, you can pinpoint the market where the stage is, and you'd be able to find your way around if you were to get lost. But you are quite comfortable with the area at the moment. So whilst Faze is looking out the window, Raya, you're stood in front of a load of shields. Ethereum, Velk, what are you doing, if anything? I know you're watching the blacksmith, but you're actually interrupting, you're talking to each other. Velk, you spinning a tail.
Politely watching quietly.
How close are you, Ethereum? Are you like on their shoulder, just like, what's this?
Not as bad as when I was trying to read Velk's book. A few feet back.
Okay.
I've probably seen blacksmiths before.
Oh, yeah.
I know not to get too close.
Cool. Velk, what are you doing, if anything?
I'd just be stood around, like watching where everybody's going, and, like seeing what people are doing, like a lot at the party is.
Okay.
Around there.
Cool. Bjorn and Althea, you head over to the alchemist shop. You get to the turtle shell. Just as you're getting there, you see Remy and the half-elf chap leave, and they kind of just bump into each other, shoulder to shoulder, laughing and pointing at some stuff they've clearly just bought, alchemically flavoured.
I'll call out. So we see them leave, do we?
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
literally as you're walking towards the door, they walk out the door.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'll just say Remy and make sure that they've seen us.
Althea, morning.
Morning. How are you this morning? You seem brighter than I thought you'd be.
That's fine. Well, some of these, and just points to the portions on his chest. Really good for hangovers. Oh no, it took a couple, but we got there.
And we is. I'll just look at the half elf.
And stares at the half elf in absolute shock. I haven't actually asked your name. And the half elf, don't worry. But it's not no name for starters. Like, just checking.
No name was last session.
Yeah. Just as,
No name else.
yeah. Morning, Althea, not Sandy Hero. My name is Ryan.
Hello, Ryan. Again, you're looking brighter than I thought you'd be this morning. But more respect to you for that.
Again, more alchemical
Intervention.
Yeah, I had to. I helped Remy pick the right portion and not set a fireball off in the guild house.
For that, I'm grateful. Thank you. for
And
doing
me.
that.
I would perhaps be interested in purchasing this hangover cure for the future.
Please give it to me.
Just have a fry up.
Do you bottle it, or?
I mean, it's definitely a franchise I could get into. Bottled fry ups.
Oh, don't tell Heinz.
Oh God. Here, I've got a spare one here, and Ryan gives you a portion. It's just clear liquid, but there's a glycerin to it.
Wondering whether it's just gin.
Yeah, it's gin.
There's a picture of like the hair of a dog on the
Red Bull. That's what
Yeah.
it is. Red Bull. There's a Red Bull on it.
Pop it in my pack.
It will literally do nothing other than make you feel clear-headed after a heavy night of alcohol.
What about potions that it was perhaps a bad idea to drink that had a magical effect?
Well, unless you... nah, you're on your own there. Probably don't drink the ones that have a bad effect. And Remy looks at the ground. Yeah, Bjorn.
Is that like Alchemy 101? Is that one of the first things you learn?
Don't drink the bad ones.
Well, it's the pretty obvious one, yeah, says Ryan.
just gonna stare at Remy.
In my defence, Remy puts his hands up. I didn't drink it.
Ryan,
Yes?
another alchemy-related question. Do you normally know what potions you have made do?
Normally, yes.
Is this like another lesson too?
Like a universal skill that most
Yes,
alchemists
but
have.
as an alchemist, you've got to assume the person drinking it is also of sound mind. If they're just drinking something they don't know what's going on, why would they drink it? Whoever this person is, you should tell them to stop drinking stuff they don't know what's in it. It's dangerous. You clearly know the alchemist doesn't know what they're doing. Why would you drink their potions? And just looks at Remy as if to say, it's beyond a lunatic. And Remy's like, yeah.
Touche, Ryan. Touche.
It does.
Shay 2 rounder.
Yeah, we don't speak French around it. Share too.
Monge too, Rodney.
Monge too.
I'll just say to Remy, have you got any plans? We were shocked that you'd sort of left without us.
There's only
We're glad
6
that you're
beds.
safe. Huh?
There was only 6 beds, so I had to go find another.
And where did you end up on that quest?
Ryan's.
Did you? Did you know? How was that?
The second you said it, I was like, I'm having that. A horse goes past.
It's a bit close.
Yeah, like fucking drive by. They've got like, and Ryan's like, yeah, I have my personal quarters at the guild house. There's many beds and
Many beds. Good.
yes.
Good to know.
I cannot believe Ethereum miscounted the beds when they were asking what to put in the room.
That's alright. Well, you lot are like, you're getting your Velcom. Just kind of looks around for Velcom.
You are part of that too, Remy. Like,
I mean,
in fact, I am charged with looking after you. You have to be part of this.
Looking around in Buxy Bay, it's really safe here.
It's just not. It's not.
You don't know my plot.
Not for someone who has not been out of their house for like 17 years. It's not safe.
I've
Nowhere
been
is safe.
out.
Yeah,
I've
down
been
the-
out. Looks at Ryan. I've been out.
to the garden.
But
Doesn't count.
It's a big garden.
Yeah, but there's no alchemy stalls in it. There's no guild houses full of alcohol. There's no bars there.
You're not my real dad.
You didn't know your real dad.
That is just. Sometimes the truth hurts, Alfie.
I just want to be standing next to Ryan now, like this.
Funnily
if
enough,
you're listening to
Ryan's
this on
doing
the
the same. Ryan's literally.
If you listen to this on the podcast, that deafening silence you heard was everyone making the shocked Pikachu face.
Well, whatever.
God, he's such a teenager.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not having a go. Like, I want you to be safe for more reasons than just that.
We
You know,
were in
my
a giant
charge.
mushroom trying to kill us.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm
giant
not- I
mushrooms
didn't
around here.
That wasn't my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, like, you're saying, I'm okay. Like, this is where we're supposed to be, isn't it, Buxy Bay?
So, do you feel safer on your own than you are with us?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying I feel safer on my own. I just feel safer here.
So you're gonna stay here? You're gonna go off on your own?
Well, I thought that's what I had to do. I wanted to like do stuff here and then go back to my garden.
I'm not going back. If you want to go back, I can
What
make
do-
sure you
why?
get back safe. But
Why are you going back?
we've got some stuff to do. The others, they've got things that seem really important to them. I've said that I'll help. I don't really want to go back and fight for money again.
But you're really good at it.
Well, no, I'm not saying I'll never do it again, but there's got to be more stuff to do, better stuff to do.
Bigger gardens. And he smiles.
Exactly, bigger gardens. If you want to see some bigger gardens, Remy, you can come with us, and we'll all keep you safe. But if you don't, then equally, I'll make sure you get home safe.
Will you help me find my dad?
I've heard he's not a nice bloke. I don't know if you want.
I'm only joking. He died when I was little.
Again, podcast. That is a shocked Pikachu face.
Just say it's up to you. Like, I'm not going to force you to do anything. Just want you to be safe.
Well,
that's all.
Let's do the festival stuff first, because that's like what we came here for. But you know, and then we'll see. I don't think I'll be very helpful on the road.
You've been helpful so far.
You shout at me all the time when I give you a
Don't
potion.
inside check it.
He don't need to.
I only shout at you because that's me being worried about you. Like, I don't want you to be hurt. Like I say, for more reasons than you being in my charge. You're my friend. I don't want my friends to get hurt, equally as though I protect everyone else here. You're part of our group. None of us want you hurt, not just me.
Alright. Thank you.
It's okay.
I'll try to label my portions.
Okay, and like I say, feel free, spend more time with your friend Ryan. He seems lovely. I'm gonna go and try and buy a shield.
Yeah,
You're not attached to us. Like...
I don't care what you do.
go and spend time with your. Do you know what? Go and spend time with your friend.
With your floozy.
With his beds.
Why do I
His
feel like my
collection of beds.
metaphorical pigtails are getting pulled in? Brilliant. Remy will have no clue of what you're on about. Okay. Ryan just looks at me on. He's the alchemist you're talking about, isn't he?
He might be, yes.
And you're the one drinking him?
I definitely am, yes.
Cool. And she's... And just kind of points at Remy and back at Althea. Do you react at all?
Seeing him do that, I'm gonna go, have a good day, and storm off.
No need, Bjorn.
It is okay, Ryan. I think shouting is her love language. And just follow her.
It's so true.
Yeah. Take care.
I just want you to be safe and happy. Bye.
As you wander off into the crowd, Bjorn, you have a quick look, and you see Ryan and Remy just like, what the fuck just happened there? In the blacksmith shop. Roleplay, kids. D&D 2022. There ain't no dragons in these dungeons. So you're in the armour shop. No one has actually tried to buy a shield for Althea yet. What are you doing?
Oh, have my gills gone away, AD, because of the time, or have I still got them?
Yes, your gills
They've
have
gone away.
I'm starting to feel a little awkward just stood watching this blacksmith, so I'm going to say hi.
You say hi?
Yeah.
Hello?
We're actually waiting for a friend who wants to buy a shield. I don't know what
Is it that friend? And points over to Ray. Stood staring at shields.
No, I think she took it on herself to find the shield for the other friend who's got somebody, so I'm starting to feel it might be a little awkward.
Okay.
How long have you worked here? Did you finish this someone?
No, it's all mine. I built it quite literally myself. Like, if you look at that wall, it is completely not safe to lean against, so don't do that. But yeah, maybe 3 years I've been here. Like, we grew up in Matrido on the north coast.
How did you learn your craft?
Oh, my mum, she's always been a smith.
That's on the small talk.
Why are you here? You are definitely not of Vitoria. You dress like Vey, but you smell like Quran. In a good way.
Yeah, that's probably about right. I was... guess you can kind of say apprenticed? I was sent to Bay to train, and I'm on my travels now as apprentice.
Oh, yeah, we've had a few A few of the Veilok come through. There'll probably be a few here, to be fair, having the old whatever it is you drink over that way. But yeah.
Any recently? Do you know any names? Any who might be around?
Not names, but there's definitely there's a Goliath chap rocking around. Huge top knot, a little bit much if you ask me, and then just kind of rubs her hand over her bald head. They asked me to sharpen, similar to your sword, but it was massive, like two-handed easily. So, but it didn't need sharpening. They just I just ran one of my rune stones over it and get a bit of a kick.
Is that enough for that to sound familiar? Might I know this person?
The two-handed sword, there's a few folk. The Goliaths use them a lot just because they tend, I mean, there's short Goliaths, but over, a mass of them, they're usually quite tall. So they just have, these two-handed weapons. Massive top knots, again, is a common hairstyle. Ones that would travel, because the Goliaths in Vey are usually of an undead persuasion. So they don't tend to leave Vey, because they're a very specialised existence or sub-race of giant blooded folk. So going out into the wide world and someone pinging you as undead and the holy paladins all flying around. So for one to be out here, they are either similar to yourself and living, like brought into Vey to learn the ways, or they don't quite care. And if they don't quite care, let me get the name for you. Their name is Ketsin. Yeah.
I might know this person. Oh no, I don't. I'll keep an eye out.
Well, they should be here for the festival. Yeah, hold this, and passes you the glowing hot metal piece that they've been working on in her bare hands.
I look around for some tongues.
There's some on the side.
Yeah, grab them.
As you grab it, my apologies, I forget. And she kind of just shows you her hands, and there are marks on them where they're like callus marks, but there's no burn marks.
Yeah, I don't quite have your talents. I have different talents. So the talents are not okay.
Dip it in that water.
Yep, go for it.
Straight, steam everywhere. Let's give it back. Let's have a look at it. And all it is a it looks like a Danish pastry, like just the crisscrossing of a thing, and that's all she does. Made this metal like almost Celtic knot type thing. That's turned out better than I thought. Can you just go put it over there? She's just started using you as an apprentice now.
Yep, I will do. I'll walk over. What's it for?
There's a few of them being ordered. Some of the fire breathers are going to do some stuff with them. I don't know what, but they're fire breathers. Lunatic breathes fire. And carries on.
Who knows?
She's just dipping her hand now into the coals and just like scooping them up, like giving them a big mash up with her hands. She just pass me that and gets another metal ingot off you and starts banging away at it. Are you buying a shield or what? Shouts across to you, Ray.
No.
Cool.
Someone else is though.
Cool. You keep staring.
We're waiting for a friend who needs a new shield that got crushed by a door.
Now you are beautiful. How and what and why did you... And she just stops doing what she's doing and she just walks around you like there's no hiding. She is fascinated by your aesthetic.
One half of my face has gone red.
Yeah. And the other one a purple eye.
Oh. The same, funnily enough. It doesn't really blush. I'm like, oh, well.
You've turned the same colour as me.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you. It was, by all accounts, an interesting operation.
You see her now looking like very... Well, if you feel uncomfortable, so be it. But she's like looking at the join where and it's seamless, obviously, because magic. That, and she's absolutely fascinated. That is beautiful craftsmanship. That, and she's walking around you and half turning you as she's walking around you.
I just go with it by this time. Like, okay.
She's about 6 foot, and you can feel the strength she's got. She's a blacksmith. Her forearms are the size of Eddie's legs. I'd say you're 4 arms heavy, but 8 kilos, mate.
Like a tiefling Popeye.
Tiefling Popeye.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Where? I mean, Soulforge, correct?
The House of the Forged in Ravenholm. They did it.
But you're not. I've only ever seen complete. Just wow.
I'm not fully soul-forged. I'm still half me.
May I? And she goes to reach for your flesh hand. What a sentence! Cut that right there.
No, I love it. I hold out my flesh hand, looking confused.
She reaches
Thanks for
your strong
watching.
hand.
We're about to be banned.
I'm having so much
Flesh
panic right now.
So as a tiefling, she's very soft, and she moves your arm around to like move the joints and stuff, and she's prodding you, but in a gentle way that betrays her strength.
I fully giggle like if she touches the fleshy parts.
The fleshy parts. This podcast is going to be horrendous. Not safe for work, kids.
I have to edit
It is questionable. I'm not gonna lie, it's questionable.
And she touches your shoulder, and then she's up to your face, and she's kind of like just gone with the fact that you nodded once, and that's permission there. She's just, and her thumbs on your lip moves across to the metallic part.
I smile.
Stunning, absolutely the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. Wait there. And she goes away, and she just rummages through a load of scrap metal on the side, and she seems to find what she's looking for, and she comes back, and there is a metal lily. Here, have that. I don't really do flowers. These don't die, so you can keep this forever.
Thank you, that's really, really kind.
Very
Beautiful.
well, but you have blessed my shop. Thank you very much for coming today.
What was your name? I'm so sorry.
Shauna.
Lady.
Her name is Shauna.
Lady, no!
No, you brought this on yourselves.
Oh my god.
Great.
You can't make me laugh so hard.
It could get really hot and steamy, and you could call it a sauna.
Right, context of a conversation that happened way before stream.
No context.
We're not,
context.
we're not,
I like this.
No context.
We're not explaining
No
it.
context.
It just
No
happened.
context.
It
So-
just happened.
After you made me delete her actual name and replace it with Shauna, this is on you lot.
Nice to meet you, Shauna. I'm Face.
The pleasure is mine. And she shakes your hand delicately. Are you buying a shield?
I technically have a shield, but I actually prefer to just use big hammer.
Don't we all? What about you? And looks at Velk. Are you buying a shield?
That would fall over.
And literally just like smile.
Okay, one of them. Well, I've got
Actually-
work to do. Oh, sorry, go on, Fizz.
I was just going to say, if Elk did speak to you, it would probably sound like a narrator from a book.
That's fine, as long as the narration is yes, I want a shield, or no, I don't.
Honestly, we thought the person who actually wants to wear a shield was following us. And
Would
then
make sense.
she didn't.
Where did she go?
Possibly to find our missing pseudo-alchemist.
Pseudo-alchemist.
He's not very good at it.
Well, don't drink whatever he makes then.
Yeah, we do though.
Why? Wise Etheria. That's why you're a good apprentice.
Curiosity at this point. It's to find out what happens next if we drink whatever concoction he's created.
Well, it's been a pleasure knowing you all. If you die, can I have you?
Oh, there it is.
Have my body for science?
Yes.
Alright. Sure.
Cool.
I'll make a note and leave it in my bag. Should I die in combat, please return to Shauna in Buxy Bay.
Who
I'm
gets
sure
it
it will.
tattooed?
You don't need to tattoo.
Like the bottom of your back.
You're all gonna get tattoos anyway.
Tramp
What
stamps.
would that be? Property of Shauna in Buxy Bay.
Poxy Bay 2022.
Please return to.
Please return to Shauna.
As long as there's no
in Buxy Bay.
arrows. So,
Raya at this point now turns around and goes, people aren't property. And just like
Oh,
dead faces her.
no, she doesn't want to own me. I don't think.
I don't want to own you. Just when you die.
Yeah, after death.
He's not dying.
Okay.
Aww. Rhea, I'm okay.
And then she just turns back and looks at Shields again.
Have
Maybe you should buy
Yeah,
her a
we're
shield.
there,
You've
yeah.
got there now. Maybe you should buy her a shield. And
Slam open the door.
And then steps back to the to the thing. As you walk in, you see Rhea staring at a rack of shields. You see FaZe was just talking with the tiefling, the bald head, the braided horns, going back to barehanded smithing. Etheria is helping out, it seems. And Velt's just
Etherea's
stood
got a job.
there, like thumbs up, big cheesy grin, floating book, quill, and you two walk in.
Oh, thank the trees.
I would like to buy a shield.
Finally! Right over there! And just points to where Ray is staring at these shields.
I'll go and stare with Rhea.
There are a few shields, round ones, small ones as big as your head.
Lovely bunch of shields.
A lovely bunch of shields. It'll cost you maybe 8 gold to just get a steel shield.
Any nice shields of Etorian design? Any really like Spartan, because you said they're all different.
They're all,
want a nice one.
the majority of them are Etorian design.
Yeah.
There are a few that are from other cultures, but most of them are Etorian, and the rounded silver one in front of you does look similar to the one that was crushed.
I'll sort of gesture towards them and say, "May I?"
Yeah, go for it.
And she'll start checking the weight of various shields and seeing what's comfortable, etc.
Roll a d20.
3.
Cool. The third one you pick up. Wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah. I'll take this one.
Cool. 7 gold.
I will.
I will cover it, Althea.
Aw.
It was my fault that the door crushed your shield.
You crushed her shield with a door. Impressive.
I pulled it. It was a thing.
There was a series of events.
It was a thing. And I hand over a platinum piece.
You want to change?
If that is okay.
Not really okay, but I've got to do it. So, takes a platinum piece, gives you your change.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bjorn.
It is, as I said, it is my fault. It is only right that I replace it.
My IC's gone back up.
We don't try to flush our friends. That's what we've learnt from this.
Okay.
No pulling of random chains. Unless you ask nicely, and I'm going to say that to Shauna.
Noted. Anything else? There's a lot of you in my shop. It's very crowded. You're all going to get real warm. For no other reason than that it's a Smith's. Alright?
I
I
think
thought it was
that's
a sauna.
it.
It will be if you lot stay in here.
That make you shorter in a sauna.
Possibly, yeah. I might brand it.
We have, I think, something to do in the festival.
We do.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Shana.
You're very welcome.
I'm gonna leave.
If you ever need a
off
job,
of
you feel free to come back. And
I think I
tosses
have
you
a
2
calling,
gold coins.
but- Awesome. Oh wow.
Rich.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
I'm
think
getting well rich.
As everyone's leaving, I'm just going to turn back to Shauna and go, hey, you have quite a good view of the marketplace.
Thank you. Oh, the marketplace. Okay.
I mean, you're a lovely view in general, but marketplace.
She does this.
Even better. Keep doing that. That's great. I'm on board.
I got some... Okay. You were saying? I apologise.
Please don't. I'm looking for some particularly questionable performers
Okay.
to hire,
To hire?
sort of.
I'm not good on the... You need to tell me what you're after.
I'm looking for shady fuckers,
Okay. There's plenty of those in Buxy Bay.
specifically performers.
Performers? Have you been to the... Like, Telios Guild?
We have, but I think we're going to need to find them at the festival. I was just wondering if you could keep an eye out since you've got such a good view.
Winks. Definitely. If you...
You might see nothing, but it was worth a shot. You know?
I'll keep an eye out through the evening. If you come back in the morning, I'll let you know if I've seen anything. Where are you staying?
Actually, I have no idea. We stayed at Ectelier's Guild last night, but for tomorrow, I don't know yet.
Okay. Smiles. I'll keep an eye out for you.
And I'll see you in the morning. Thank you.
Maybe. Bye-bye. And Dusk goes about bare-handed smithing again.
Bare-handed smithing. Right, yeah, okay. I'll leave.
I don't know what you thought that said. Tupperware. Tupperware. So, as you all leave the Longwave Armourers, and you're out into Buxy Bay again, before you do anything, I want a brew and the toilet. So we're going to have a quick break. Maybe 10 minutes tops. Need a week. So we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. Please stick around. Please tell everyone we're streaming and come and watch D&D with these lunatics. And we'll be back soon. During the break, you'll see a little showpiece video put together for GSCon at the beginning of Manchester. Beginning of Manchester. Why do I always say that?
Beginning of Manchester.
August in
Monkey face.
Manchester. Monkey face.
In Manchester, Milnrow.
Yeah, so get your sense to GSCon. Come and watch me run a one-shot for 8 to 10 people for 4 hours. Right. Watch it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Break time.
Bye. now.
I know, I had to pull him back up.
Hello! Welcome back.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Boo, 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 boo. So, heavyweight gaming. Gay Panic. What's that about, Ray?
Shauna.
Gay Panic
Alright,
about
alright.
Shauna and
Alright,
Faye's flirting.
Brilliant.
We were all experiencing some gay panic.
Yeah.
So
I
was I.
fell out of
Don't
my
worry about
seat for 1 second.
Right, so, welcome back. Just before the break, this lot are currently in Buxy Bay. There's a big festival about to be held over the next few days. They are looking for dodgy performers. They've bumped into Remy, which wasn't an awkward interaction at all, about the alchemical stuff. They finally bought a shield, only took them an hour and a half. But yes, and there was a gay panic apparently. So, but yeah, lovely.
Lots.
FaZe and Shauna sitting in a tree. Smithing. S-M-I-F-F-T-F-Z. Smithing. With a F. You ever been to Yorkshire? You live there now, you've got to get rid of your THs. That's gone.
I can't say my THs at all.
I think my
Showing
literature
off
degree
now,
cancels
Never
it
learned
out.
them, that's why they didn't teach you, Tony. Don't get taught up north.
No.
You want to try telling teachers at parents evening while your kids can't speak properly and then they meet you and they go, oh, it's you. You what?
Happens a lot of parents' evenings.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Oh, it's you. You're the problem.
So, that's why Eddie's banned from parents evening. Right, so, you've just left the Long Wave Armourers. Your Buxy Bay in front of you. It is still morning. Like, you've not done much. The crowds are still gloriously shouting. I haven't heard Sugar Dates yet, but it might have been said a few times. But yeah, so what are you doing, kids? What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, what are you doing? By the way, Jellysaurus, I love you so much. They know why. She knows why.
As we go, as we're heading out the shop, I'll turn around to everyone and just go, so, where are we sleeping tonight?
Excellios? It was only a couple, wasn't it?
We can go back to Ictelios if you like.
To know probably wherever Remy's not sleeping.
What? Why would Remy not be sleeping with us?
Dunno.
Does that fit, you look kind of
Remy
petulant.
has a new friend named Ryan.
Friend?
Remy
That's where he
spent
stayed
the
last night with his friend.
There was a spare bed.
With his
Rhea
new
was up in
friend,
the
Ryan.
rafters.
Rhea slept on the ceiling. There was a spare bed.
I know.
Okay.
Didn't you like the bed, Rhea?
Too much floor.
Too much of all.
The wicked
They're
witch
quite low,
cackles
but-
menacingly.
It's not really cackling, Belk. I think that might be a bit of artistic license there.
We're not being interesting enough. He started making it up now.
Yeah. The would-be heroes are dead to me.
Yeah, I have their character concepts now. I will write a story.
I will narrate my own adventures.
Yeah.
We have a task, right? How do we even begin?
Honestly, I have no idea. I guess we hang around this evening when there's likely to be more performers around, or are there many performers around now?
Yep.
Okay.
It's set up. It's a massive setup. Like everyone's getting set up at the minute. There's like piles of juggling sticks. There's jugs of like thick tar that you'd apply to sticks to set them on fire and then fire breathe. There's rope that people are going to be tying up on stuff and trapezing around. There's a stun grenade.
These performers, Faze, did they have an act? Were they dancers, fire breathers, jugglers? These performers you're looking for. What was their niche? What might we look out for?
Sort of did humbling and followed by a sort of ballet.
Well, that's something to keep an eye out. We could go and either ask if people know of any performers like that, ask the performers that are here, or even see if we can find them ourselves.
We are looking for someone who offers the services of the Guild of Ectelio who is not actually in the Guild of Ectelio. Yes?
Give or take, I think that's correct, yes.
Then perhaps we should be looking for people who offer the services of troops of performers.
They advertise their troop or something? Do they have signage? Or...
They would advertise that they're from the Guild of Ectelio, but they're not actually. Is that right? That's who we're looking for?
Might not here, though, because it's going to be more obvious here than it would be anywhere else, I would think.
Bjorn looks out across the market and spots at least a dozen shady-looking folk.
Give me a perception check with advantage, assuming Velk's
Do I?
wonderful inspiration.
Advantage. Cool. That's going to be 18.
I was of cool 6. 18. You spot at least 8 of the folk that Velk is labelling shady.
And what do they seem to be doing?
First 2 that you clock eyes on are following folk with very large purses upon their hips. The other few are kind of bumping into a lot of people. Oh, sorry, bump, sorry. There is one that it just seems to be talking to lots of folk, but they, the people they are talking to, kind of politely smile and move away after every conversation. And then there is one that sticks out more because less shady, but there's an aura around them that people are avoiding and just get caught in that view that Velk thing. There's a Goliath, dark grey, like super dark grey skin, a wolf sort of pelt on one shoulder. They look of, Viconius Savai sort of fashion, but it's obviously stripped down a lot to deal with the heat of Atoria. They have been crying. There are streaks down their cheeks. There's no markings on them. There's only this Goliath tribal markings all over the place. And they just have a thick broadsword just sheathed on their back. And they're kind of just wandering into people. A little bit tipsy. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. But people are avoiding them. And then every now and then, those that you saw before might come near him and bump into him. And he'll just push them away. He's not happy with anyone being near him, but just happens to bump into people a lot.
I will be right at the back. And I'm going to wander over to try and get the attention of the Goliath.
Okay. Getting the attention it's not really a difficult thing to do. You kind of just walk him like, yeah, hello! Oh, knobhead. They see that you're... See you later, Weird Danish Gamer, thanks for watching. They see that you're trying to like beeline in front of them, and they try to avoid like walking towards you. Are you making sure you get this person's attention?
Mm-hmm. My
Just
friend,
what?
you seem upset.
I am.
In a town such as this, in a festival that appears joyous, it seems a little out of place. I was going to ask if you were okay.
No.
Is there anything that maybe it could benefit from some outside help?
Takes a long swig of the jug in their hand and just sits on a bench nearby that was put there by a couple of jugglers. They just let him sit. you crack on, pal. We were going to eat his sandwiches there, but whatever. And he just sits down. He holds very much to the typical stories of those that are giant-blooded, tall, strong. They're all warriors. They don't do anything else. They're just warriors. But he just kind of sits there, shifts his sword and carries on drinking, and just starts to sob.
I'll sit down next to him and definitely just wait for the sobs to kind of subside a little before probing any further.
Tries to hold himself straight. Why do you continue to be in my face?
I do not enjoy seeing people upset in such a wondrous new land as this.
It's ironic. The festival is to celebrate the birth of someone, and yet I know the loss of another.
Losses and births go hand in hand, at least where I am from. When one door closes, another door opens. We must celebrate both.
The door should have not closed on my brother.
You believe it was before his time?
Just kind of takes a long sigh and goes, Owlbearer was destined for more than death at such a young age.
This Owlbearer, he was a warrior like you?
Not like me. Far beyond me. the best of our family.
Then, surely in his memory you can try and live up to him, perhaps surpass him, earn the glory for your family.
Glory's not our thing. But I will find who killed him.
Are they here?
No.
In a land far away, perhaps?
He died in the deserts. I hate that guy, and just points across to the one shouting and bawling, "Bananas, strawberries, get your veg!"
Perhaps in your grief, there are those who would not normally annoy you, who are doing so now. You should perhaps drink less, grieve sober, honor your brother, travel to the desert. It's a good place to start to look.
First I must return to the mountains and say my goodbyes.
Is that the custom with you and your family and your people?
Very much so. His soul will be there, amongst the mountains. It will wait for us. We will all come and pass it on.
What is your name, my friend?
I am Wolfbearer.
A fine name.
Just holds his hand out to you, kind of... not with a lot of energy in it, but... accepts that you are making, greeting.
I hold my hand out and shake it.
And you are...
I am Bjorn Velkin of Laconia, clan of the Rune.
I don't know the name, but I know the clan. The Pride Mountains are the southern border. So you've got Viconia and Savai, and the Pride Mountains stretch both nations on the southern border.
It is a long way back.
A few miles, I'll probably travel the highlands.
For one such as you, it should be an easier journey.
Maybe.
I wish you luck on your quest to find the murderer of your brother.
Thank you, Bjorn. Take
May
care
the
of yourself.
blessings- I will, but may the blessings of Costo go with you. For one who has earned vengeance will find it visited upon them.
Costa. You walk in the Vendari's eyes, then.
I do. I am one of his chosen. And I hold out my hand, and the axe appears.
Then I fear for whoever you have come for.
I am helping my friend search for her own kind of vengeance at the moment. And perhaps also solve a riddle posed to me by Costo in a dream.
Riddles from the Dragon Angel of Vengeance. Well, that's probably the first thing that's made me smile this entire day.
I am glad that I could at least help in that small way.
And that rubs his eyes again. Thank you for your kind words, Bjorn Vulcan. It's
It's a
rare.
pleasure.
I'll go join your friends.
Before I go, I have always found it is better to remember the deeds of my foe, of my kin, if I have had a little less to drink.
I have a hearty constitution. I'll be fine. You should probably work on yours. You look a bit thin.
I will take it under advisement. I think another 2 rests and I should be okay.
It's a very accurate assumption, but you only know your own body.
It was a pleasure, Wolfbear, to meet you on your journey.
And you, Bjorn Vulcan.
Be well.
He steps up, shakes your hand again and walks away into the crowd.
Cool.
And people avoid him. What are the rest of you doing? Don't all jump in at once.
I didn't even remember where we were. Sorry.
You've just come out of the long wave armourers. You're kind of all just looking at Buxy Bay. You've had a quick conversation of who to look for, what to look for, how to look for it. Velt pointed out some shady folks to Bjorn. Bjorn went and talked to a very large Goliath with a wolf pelt over one shoulder. They had a conversation and they've now parted ways.
I got very into listening to the story and sort of. I think as a starting point, I'd like to have a proper look around, get an idea of who's where, try and spot the right kind of troops that we're looking for.
Were there any? You've told us about their act phase. What race were they all made up of, say, humans, or is it a troop of elves we're looking for?
Many races, first. Many races.
All different races.
Okay.
No.
That would be too easy to be looking for a group of gnomes.
They're all working the Barbie, aren't you?
You know what? If we were looking for an entire troop of gnomes, I would be.
All bardic narrator gnomes.
Uh,
I would love to find that group. I want to see
Yes.
that group.
We'll find them first.
any dress or uniform, regalia?
There was no real uniform to them. They wore costumes, obviously, for the show, but I didn't really see them outside of the show.
What kind of show was it? Was it storied? Say ballet was.
The ballet.
Did
I
he
don't
make
know.
jump in?
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, the ballet, was it based around a story or was it free form?
2 seconds.
Has Bjorn come back over now?
Beyond, yeah, he's pretty much over. So the acrobatic performance were of historic battles. So pretty much any battle within Colossus, amongst the many nations, pick one, they performed it. When the evening came upon you, they performed a ballet. And the stories they told with the ballet were always of parents losing a child, like Peter Pan type stuff. The child goes away. They'd show one side of the story where the parents are very upset, but the other side where the story is in a Never Neverland type place, like the Feywilds, growing up, never getting older, never feeling disease, and then it'd flip where the parent finds out, the kid ages, their parents lose. So there's a lot of like the tragic and joy sort of circle was the common theme for the ballets they were performing.
I'll try that. Rather than repeating.
Put your plan.
It's like I say, good to know what we're looking out for, and also if we're to ask other troops of such an act, at least we know what we're looking for.
Problem is, I had quite a lot of charges with me that day. I was paying attention to the children that were with me, not necessarily individual faces or anything. I wasn't expecting to need to remember,
No, that's okay. We have more than not more than enough, but enough to go on. And I suggest we just start looking round and looking for these people, seeing if anything you see seems familiar.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help, all of you. You don't have to. It's fine if you've got other things to be doing. I appreciate it. I wasn't really expecting to have anyone to help me.
Oh, happy to help. As we stroll through the market and the performers and stuff, well, I'm going to look out for them. I'm also going to look out for any of my Vikings or clansmen. And I'm going to listen out to the performers for what troops they're claiming to be part of.
Okay, so give me 2 perception rolls. First one for looking out for those of there.
17.
17, cool. You do spot the Goliath that Shauna described to you. The large double-handed katana sort of wielding warrior called Ketsin, or you believe matches the description of Ketsin with a large top knot. And probably the only one that stories would tell is mad enough, brave enough, stupid enough to be very much out about their who they are, what they're capable of, their soul makeup, as it were. But
know what clan they're part of?
they're clanless.
I won't approach them at this time, but keep an eye on them and kind of peg where they are.
When you do spot them, you're pretty confident it is Ketsin, but you'd have to be a bit closer to confirm. But they do match the description. The kimono they're wearing is a bit of a mishmash between one of the Atorian tunics. It's gravy time! Thanks for Boo the King 20. They're in a neutral grey kimono, but then there's also a white Atorian tunic underneath. Their arms are out. The kimono only goes down to like knee length, so it matches the Atorian tunic. And they've got a bit of a Atorian mashup going on. Sun's out, guns out sort of mentality of this giant Goliath. Pretty tall even for a Goliath, but giant-blooded creatures tend to be big anyway because they're giant-blooded. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah. As much as I can while I'm wandering, I'm going to try and keep them roughly in sight unless.
Okay. Now you've spotted them, it's easier to spot them again. It's full on Where's Wally. Once you know where it is on the page, easy to find again.
Yep.
So your second perception check was to listen out to the various troops, and you're trying to find out who they're representing?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially for Ectelia, but yeah. I'm going to use a reroll for the second one.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there is loads of them going around, apparently.
Yep. Second one's a 17 as well.
Okay, so as you're in the busy streets, they've gone really quiet on my music for some reason. As you're in the busy streets, you can see that your party, you're kind of all just nearby but mingling and doing what you're doing. You do hear a few call-outs for Ectelio's guild performers and announcements that they'll be performing during the festival. There are folk talking about, if you want to hire them, come and see me personally. It's almost like these folk are on commission type thing, and you get the gist that they're trying to sell their troop from Ectelio's. The majority of them, gnomes, goblins and halflings. But there is an elf and a dwarf that pop out. They're not anywhere near each other, but you do see them selling Ectelio's guild in various forms.
Again, I'm going to take note of them. Set things up so it goes, and try and get a gist of what kind of promise they're making. That's very good.
Cool. You are super quiet, Tony.
Still.
Yeah, I can't.
Not then. Not then.
No, when you talk, Tony, you kind of fade off. Like, I don't know if you actually start talking quieter, but when you start talking, you're loud, and then I don't know if it's like a you thing or a your microphone thing, but you kind of fade off into quietness.
Might be a mic thing in a minute.
That's
But
fine.
right now,
where you
it's
are
clear as a bell.
It's perfect.
But as soon as you go into Etheria, it's like.
I think it might be as you continue talking, your tone just you get a lot quieter.
Shout at me, Tony. Every word. I want to go to shop.
Yeah,
right, so you're going to keep an eye on the elf and dwarf, yeah?
Yeah, keeping an eye if they're actually performing, trying to get a gist of what kind of performance and pointing out any to Fizz if Fizz happens to be in my vicinity as I'm just strolling.
So the dwarf is trying to sell dancing performances of various flavours, whether they be acrobatic, whether they be ballet, whether they be of a formal like ballroom or of a Highland jig, as it were. They're all flavours of dance that the dwarf is trying to sell. The elf, however, again, all in Ectelio's guild's name, the elf is selling paintings, so like offering the fact that you can like go sit there and get caricatures of yourself, or great landscapes, or get a family portrait, or let us paint the lands that you are born of, or the lands you wish to travel. And they're throwing in like really over the top mystical speeches of you can walk into these paintings as if you're in those lands. If you ever want to go visit the desert lands, we will paint you the dunes, and you can walk the dunes in your very own painting from your very own living room. All that sort of stuff. Let's invent TV in Colossus, Eddie.
Yep. Seeing that, I'll probably wander closer to the dwarf
Okay.
listen for a while and just keep an eye out for the party if I've wandered away from them or anything like that.
Getting a better eye on the dwarf. She is stood there and kind of at the table around her. Like there's no seats. She's stood up to the table. It's like a square horseshoe around her. There's loads of food on it. Lots and lots of food, like all you can eat buffet type thing. There's like tapas and other Greek foods are available, but there's loads of food on the table, and she's just constantly eating. And every second breath, she'll then announce about Ictelion stuff. And there's people listening and talking. She's got a huge gut, but it's solid. She kind of just stands there and she's kind of leaning a little bit back to compensate the size of her gut, still piling it in. Her goatee starts just at the chin, it doesn't go all the way up the jawline. No moustache. No dwarven woman is seen dead with a moustache. But yeah, there's no moustache, just a nice goatee beard that kind of just hangs off the chin. It isn't braided or anything. It's jet black, very much the same Etorian dark hairs of the Etorian folk. Her clothes are just a tunic that is just oversized and on her, but her hair's super short and kind of just shaved at the sides and then is scruffy on top. And she's just shouting out to folk about Ictelion.
Yeah, I'll nod to
And constantly
Faze,
eating.
I'll nod to Faze and kind of gesture to the dwarf. Not in the dwarf, but like, yeah.
This one here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Found them.
yeah, right above them.
This quest were easy.
I'm not the tallest, but right
Yeah.
above them. Yep.
Stood on
This one.
table. Stood on table. I found them first.
Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing? While Ethereum's doing that.
As we're stood there, I'll go and stand next to Bjorn. And I'll be like, Bjorn ponders how pertinent it would be to have his good friend here about now. Somebody who hasn't seen in a couple of years. Sketch, smoking boots, Gnarl Crook himself. A goblin that he hasn't seen in but 2 years. A sharp and silver tongue. Maybe he could get the job done. And I'll just smile up at him.
How do you know so much about us, having never met us before, Velk?
I literally just smile.
It would be very useful, yes. However, I would also like to say thank you for what you did back there. It was... I enjoyed meeting that person on the journey, learning about their life. You are very useful to have around, Velk. I believe I will enjoy your company. But yes, it would be useful to have my old friends about me, but they are not here at the moment. I look around me.
Give me a perception check.
That's going to be a 15.
15. There are a couple of goblins rocking around in the crowd. Maybe 10 that you see, like just immediately picking them. None of them are really jumping out as Sketch McGee, Gnarl, Fist of Doom.
As he's looking round, the moment he turns back to where Velk was, Velk is no longer there.
So you kind of do a quick take, and when you come back round, no Velk. Instead, there's a 9 foot, 6 foot 2.
9 foot, 6 foot 2.
Velk? Are you invisible? Wave my hand in the space that he was.
You hit nothing.
I was about to tell him a secret as well.
Someone walks past banging pots and pans, apparently.
It's a horse.
Pots and pans.
They had no coconuts, so they're just like, pots and pans it is. Cloppity clop. So wait, what are we doing? Ray, what are you doing? You vibing?
No. But Rhea is still kind of like somewhat like just this is so many people. There's just so much noise. There's not enough trees. Like everyone is like really close, and it's like I feel like people are touching me, and I hate all of this. And her eyes are like this like sickly green blue color.
Okay.
She's just not vibing with anything.
Fairs, you're muted.
Not vibing. I would like to go over and talk to the dwarf. But, you know, Etheria stood there going,
I'm more like,
I love phases. Like, you literally playing like I play. Right, I'm off over there. So, Faiz, you straight line it for the dwarf. Althea,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'll go with Faye, seeing her sort kind of
The many gods.
seeing her beeline. I'll be like, oh, we're off, and just go.
I'll go
Literally,
too.
like as a bodyguard, like walking sort of behind her and to her left, like carrying my sword.
I am unnerved by this. I'm like,
What? Were you about to stab Althea? So,
Yeah,
as
we'll see.
as you're looking at unnervingly at Althea, Bjorn appears on your right
I just nod at Bjorn, like.
and summons a great axe.
guys, not threatening the dwarf.
Go, thanks, go.
Hey,
Get them.
wait, is anyone left with Rhea?
No.
Oh, I'm going to
Rhea,
be.
So as
Rhea
Rhea
has
was
acknowledged that Faze has moved and has also moved with her.
Okay,
cool, that'd be
And
brilliant.
it's
So you
just-
having a meltdown, Rhea? Yeah, good luck with that. I'm off over here.
If Rhea doesn't like the crowd, she could just go up. Like,
Yeah, that'll definitely help.
she could not be in the crowd anymore.
So
But hang out like 10 foot up and be like, this is fine.
Althea will turn to Rhea and go, why don't you just go up? Go and sit on a roof somewhere.
No, Rhea shouldn't go away.
I'm not saying go away, just for her own, if she doesn't like the crowd, I can understand. You've got an advantage over us in that you can get out of it quite easily.
I
really
love
wish I
Rhea.
had that talent.
So as you are all heading towards Dwarf, Etheria is just stood there like, this one. I found him. Dwarf just keeps looking at Etheria. Hi.
I'm trying to be subtle.
You're bright pink.
You were literally
her,
a
like,
neon
forced
light
hair,
in the
like-
middle of a fucking. You are the glow stick.
I think I'm being subtle. Mage hand, mage hand, mage hand,
Yeah.
mage hand.
Bing bing
We're all
bing
going,
bing bing bing
no,
bing bing bing.
good, well done. Like, stop.
I'd like to cast spotlight on the dwarf. Right, so Fizz, you head up to the dwarf. Again, you approach, you see this table just absolutely rammed with food, and they're just ramming it into their face. They're currently talking to a couple of local Atorians about a specific dance that they're asking for their children's party, and the dwarf is very, yeah, we can arrange that.
I'm going to sort of lurk nearby, attempting to be subtle, and I'm sorry,
Eddie
poncho
is,
through me.
Eddie, is that a poncho?
It is, yeah.
A poncho. I'm going to sit just about one poncho away, just listening to the conversation and trying to remember if I've ever seen this person before.
Give me a history check.
History. I'm real good
Go
at
on,
history. I
cleric.
think.
Go on.
Yeah, I've got +0 on that. Oh, I rolled a 3.
For a total
Rerolls,
of...
we have to
Yeah, you've got
Rerolls.
rerolls. Yeah.
Use one, please.
I used a reroll because we've got lots, so that's now a 5.
Use another one. Althea's standing next to Faye going, think!
Fine.
Do it better. Do it
Yeah.
better.
I got a 19.
Hey!
I've used 2 of our rerolls.
It's cool. You're gonna hate
It's,
me.
it's half 10.
You don't
Yeah,
recognise them.
I've never seen it.
No.
Fine.
Reroll! Reroll! It's not okay.
No, we need to use them, otherwise it's not fair on people.
Correct. Roll
So
initiative.
I've never seen it before. I'll just continue to lurk, attempting to be inconspicuous with the most conspicuous group of people anyone's ever
I
seen.
mean, none of you stand out as a bright pink dragonborn, a half robot woman,
And
a dark fey that no one's seen for a millennia.
Covered in feathers.
Covered
Yeah,
in
we just
feathers.
stand there like,
Hi.
I blend in.
To be fair, Althea's just looks like all the other bodyguards that are rocking around the place.
Althea's fine, and Velk is wearing a poncho. So
Velk's somewhere.
who knows?
I
So-
just look like a tourist.
Velk isn't here right now.
Oh.
Velk is out of office.
Velk actually says that. Just stands there and goes, Velk isn't here right now.
I'm gonna be scanning for Velk, wondering where they
give me a perception check.
Okay. That's not bad. 16.
No sign of Velk as of yet. The couple, the two humans that appear to be Atorian locals wander away, and you see the dwarf just start ramming more food into their mouth, like looking around. No spillage on the beard. Fuck all. Every bite goes in.
I'm just gonna go. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you do any ballet?
No. But
Know
I
anyone
know.
who does?
Oh yes. Step up. just immediately changes.
Is it that elf over there,
Adjusts.
by any chance?
Elves can't dance. Not like my lot.
Cannon.
Don't be listening to the elven painter. Listen to me.
I'm all ears.
This literally is me as a dwarf.
Yep.
Never spilled a drop in my life of food. But what's the occasion?
It's my birthday.
Althea's birthday.
Well, happy birthday to you. You're in the right festival. Birthday today, birthday, or birthday going to be your birthday, and you want the dances for the birthday in a bit.
Second one.
Which was the second one?
Their birthday,
Birthday in a bit.
Right, we can arrange that. Ectelior's finest.
Over to you, Faze.
Second one. I'm done.
You're affiliated.
Birthday.
You're affiliated with the Telio's Guild.
We are indeed. And throws a large coin just into the cold meats on the thing, and there is a very not a bad effort. One of Ectelior's images on the coin. It's not a gold coin, not currency coin, just a almost medallion type.
Can I pick up the coin and really study it for a second? I want to try and remember
Are you
exactly
asking me
what
or
it
the
looks
dwarf?
like. Well, I'm asking you, and then I'm going to say to the dwarf, can
All
I
right.
pick up the coin
You
for a
can do
second?
whatever you want.
Yeah. Can I borrow your coin for a second? I'd just really like to have a look. I'm
ahead.
not going anywhere.
By all means.
Pick it up and-
Authenticity, I understand.
Absolutely. How can you tell if they're authentic anyway, honestly?
You tell
Who
me, you're
knows
the
this
one
stuff?
checking it.
It's true. I was hoping you'd tell me. And I'm going to just
If it's got the
coin.
face of the person I say that's on it, it's authentic.
Sure. Yeah, I just want to have a look at it and try and remember
Cool.
how
Give
it
me
looks.
Just give me an investigation check.
That's much better than my previous check. That is a 70.
17. The edges of Ectelior's face that are like kind of scratched into the medallion are real fresh. Like they're still a bit sharp. That's what you gain from that.
You recently joined the guild?
A day or two.
Oh yeah?
Are
What
we
made you
not-
decide to join?
Gold. And then gestures to all the food in front of him. I can buy as much and just in front of them. In front of the dwarf, there's a lot of food. I'm watching. I shouldn't be watching chat. There's fucking pronouns all over the place. You're fucking me up.
Don't look at him.
So, in front of the dwarf, loads of food. Just starts ramming more of it into the mouth. All the food I can buy.
You do seem hungry.
Always. Dead proud of it.
You recently joined Atelier's Guild. Is this a coin they give you when you join then, or did you?
Yeah, a medallion of membership of sorts.
That's really interesting, thank you. So you said you know a group that does ballet, and I'll hand the coin back.
Thank you. Stuffs it away. But as they're stuffing it away, notices a bit of food on it. Like, takes a bit of food off. Puts the medallion away. Yes, my very own troupe. Well, not my very own, but I represent them.
And have they performed many ballets? Obviously, I only want the best.
All across Colossus.
Where have you performed? What sort of places have you been to?
More recently, the Toan Highlands, Savai in the north, the colds of Viconia, the wondrous rainy forests of Ravenholm.
And, I actually have a friend from Ravenholm. How long ago were you there, do you reckon? Just looking for referrals, really.
Maybe a year?
Years since you've been there?
Yes. Do you want to inside check?
Absolutely.
Go on then.
Okay, so that's 15. 19!
19?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they're lying. Not about that they've been to Ravenholm, just the timing.
Where was your favourite place to perform?
The capital. I don't perform. Like, I need to get that right now. I don't perform.
You'd be fabulous.
Thank you. Unless you wish to pay to see me eat.
I mean, there's definitely a market for that. There's a market for anything. All right. Let me discuss with my friends. How much to hire you for an evening's dancing?
For how long? For the full evening?
Althea, what do we think? It's your birthday.
Depending on price, a couple of hours should suffice. And she'll just tap her sword.
What kind of ballet do you specialise in? Do you know the story of that pan guy?
Cedric.
I particularly enjoy tales from my childhood that my parents told me. I've been told that there would be some performers here that tell almost nursery rhymes, but tales of children.
The Warlock and the Hammer.
The Warlock and the Hammer, yeah.
We do.
They have written that already.
Tales that one's parents might have told when you're a child, materialised in front of you.
Just so happens we specialise in children's stories.
Do you?
Are you okay?
Just very excited for my birthday.
Is there perhaps a performance they are putting on somewhere soon, so we can look before we buy?
That's not a bad idea, Leon.
To see their skill?
I'd like to meet them.
Wow.
I'm going to very lightly step back on Althea's foot.
I kick him under the table.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sorry, Althea.
It's okay. It's only my birthday.
They will be performing at Ectelior's guild house this very evening.
They will. Wonderful.
That is where we are staying.
Really?
How serendipitous.
Good for you.
What?
I think you just made up a word.
No, I thought that too. I really did. Well,
They-
I love that Eddie's like, Eddie, I ain't got a fucking clue what you just said.
Make a note. Eddie's blank face says
Yeah,
no.
I'll text him later.
Would there be any way that we could? Are they solely performing tonight, or will they be available for chats to arrange my birthday?
The arrangement is done through myself.
And there's no way that we'd be able to speak to the performers themselves
You can at the performance,
at the performance. Okay.
if they
That
wish to
works.
talk to you. They may charge you for an audience, as is their right.
absolutely, they're performers. You know, if you're going to be there this evening as well, can I recommend the roulette?
No.
You've already been there, my friend. Thank you.
And
for your
300 gold for your birthday.
time. Okay,
Okay.
perfectly doable. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, we're going to leave you to your feast.
That's just a warm up.
Strange as a man.
I think that's a woman.
We're just going to leave. Like, thanks.
The dwarven woman high fives Etheria. We'll get a command going. It's fine.
Yeah, can I have a command
An
for
NPC
NPCs,
command.
please?
Yorkshire pronoun. There you go.
As we start wandering off, I'm going to turn around to Althea and go, you are about as subtle as a brick. Has anyone ever told you that?
I'm
Almost
just
everyone I meet.
standing in front of the dwarf. I'm just gonna point to the table. May I?
May you what?
Point to the food.
You want to eat?
Is hungry work wandering around this festival?
Finally. Sit here. And just brings a barrel round to the front. So you...
I just wanted a
No,
handful
sit.
of...
I'd like to be stood about 10 feet away going...
Do you
It's
sit?
roulette, it's roulette all over again.
Yeah, I sit. Yeah, why not?
Why the fuck not? She sits around the other side, brings another barrel out, sits down there. All this food in front of the table. On the count of 3. Go. 1, 2,
Go do
3.
as much as
Start eating. Go. And she just starts ramming her face full of all this food.
And so do
They're
I.
getting married. So that's like a dwarven tradition.
I'm just gonna stuff my
Lady
face as
tradition.
quickly as I can.
Take me to an all-you-can-eat. That's it. Proposal.
This is how dwarves consummate.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Fucking hell.
I would like to turn to everyone else and go, what is happening?
I don't know, but it's my birthday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to
And you
keep
guys are
getting
getting me
into
a
these
troop of
things.
dancers.
That's an 8. I'm
An
using
8?
a reroll.
Oh, that's cool. I'd advise it.
That's an 18.
Are we
Cool.
down to 2? I think that's right.
So you start ploughing into this food. And then normally, when you'd have a normal meal and you eat and you're like, I'm just going to give it a rest, get a drink maybe. You keep eating. And you keep eating. And then you've got to force yourself to push away from the magic that is forcing you to eat. And they're just looking at you. It's a proper pig in a trough. Not a crumb goes on their goatee. She is loving this little, whatever this is. Button pushing romance.
We've all had a bit of it tonight.
But you managed to. Sorry, wait till I get Velk in that back alley. You managed to resist the magic that is forcing you to eat.
I will stand up and push myself away. Thank you for the offer of whatever this was, but I think I am full for now.
Weakness. And just reaches over to the bit you'd started eating and stop. And just starts eating it.
I do not have your constitution.
No, you do not. And she pats her belly.
Give me 2 days rest.
And I'll be back. I'll whop your ass. I'm going back to the roulette table. I'm going back to the fucking all you can eat. I'm going to go kill that
need a
fucking pirate king. Yeah.
Bjorn's got to go back and do the rounds to save face.
I want to go back to session 1 and do it again.
We need a montage.
We need a montage.
Montage.
What, Bjorn
And
sleeping for 2 nights?
I think, my friends, we should look for Velk.
Bye, Slim. And just waves at you as you go back to your friends.
Bjorn, what was that?
I do not know. Do not try and eat anything there. You may find that you cannot stop.
Was it natural? Did you want
It was very tasty. It was very tasty.
There is magic at play at the table. If I had not resisted, I feel I would have still been eating tomorrow.
Do you think she's trapped, or?
I think perhaps it is her magic.
Yeah.
It has some sort of food magic. By the way, she was lying about when they were Ravenholm.
Do you think it's them, Faith?
I think there's a possibility.
Yes.
There.
Two
And
of
I'm
them.
the one who made up a word.
Two of them. I understood what Faze was saying.
Mine was a word.
That's what you're claiming, man. That's what you're claiming.
If they're all going to be in the place that we're relatively familiar with tonight, they're like ducks sitting, waiting
Right, but I don't
to be...
think we can. Even if it is them, we can't kill them in Ectelio's place.
Greatest poet Tori has ever seen. They're like ducks sitting.
Like,
I think we need to be
Kill a
pretty
lot of
certain.
ducks.
As much as I'm angry, Althea, I don't want to go around killing random ducks. I just want to make sure they're the right ducks.
Do we think that these ducks are the same ducks that were in Viconia?
can I ask a question?
They're
Are
not, then we
are
just
we
find
not
the right
looking?
ducks after.
Are we not looking for performers, not ducks?
It's Swan Lake, alright? It's Duck Lake, alright? It's Duck Lake.
When did they all turn
Waddling-
into
waddling
ducks?
around.
And when they all line themselves up.
Tell you right now,
Beyond.
these ducks are gonna not fuck out you.
I think we're
No,
not
we kill these ducks, and if they're the wrong ducks, we find the right ducks, and then we kill them.
What if they're
kill
innocent
random
ducks?
people. They might be innocent ducks, yeah.
They might be, but they might not be.
Right, but we can't kill random ducks, assuming that they're nefarious ducks.
You look to your left and you see Mama Duck with about 10 baby ducks just putting a wing out and covering up their ears and like shuffling them along. You
Sorry,
motherfuckers
madam.
need Jesus, and walks off with the walks off with the ducklings.
By the way, everyone,
We've lost
Vilk has gone missing.
Hold
Oh,
it
it's
there.
gone missing.
Velk. Where have you gone missing to? My bad. Please tell me you're on with the campaign. And just like
I'm off fighting a dragon over there.
comes back level 12, fucking vorpal book.
As Bjorn says, Velk's gone missing and looks across the marketplace, strolling at a mighty 3'2" is a green, mottled green goblin. Wide, sharp smile across his face, oversized boots, and a rough poncho that covers his shoulders. Anything from the neck down that you can see is tribal tattooed, all Viconian tattoos all up the neck, along the arms. It's rugged, like kind of rough black hair, and then a small black mustache with curled kind of edges on it. Comes striding over the marketplace.
Bjorn Falcon, as I live and breathe. My good friend, what brings you to Boxy Bay?
There was magic involved,
Oh,
certainly, and then a teleportation circle, and then there was a dragon turtle at one point, and a giant mushroom, and now
you look like you got a bit of Ends Frost. What are you up to at the minute?
helping my new friend here.
Oh, how serendipitous. I'm in town for a little bit. Perhaps I could help you out.
Who are you?
Oh, it's your good friend Sketch Smoking Boots Gnarlcrook, innit?
So, a couple of things. Velk, does Sketch have Velk's tools of the trade floating next to him?
No, there's no
Cool.
book.
Cool. Bjorn, if you haven't worked out already, you haven't got a fucking clue who Sketch
No,
is.
I've worked it out. I've worked it out.
The tash looks familiar.
Can I roll an insight check, please?
You go for it.
Damn fucking help. It's an 11.
It's a goblin with a tash that looks familiar. The
Stood
name
there like that.
doesn't really ring. The smile looks familiar.
Has he got a big smile on his face?
Very big
Oh,
smile. Very sharp.
suicide
mustache.
boots,
Very
massive
sharp.
smile, sharp teeth.
I ain't seen you in what? 2 years? Something like that?
And you appear to have added on a few more names since the last time I saw you. What were your names again?
What do you mean, what my name's? It's Sketch, innit? Smoking Boots Gnarlcrook. Has it been that long? Ends Frost has probably got your mind, hasn't he?
I will say you lot don't need to roll an insight check to know that Bjorn is a little bit confused right now.
Fairy's got the same face as me right now, just...
So was the DM, mate. Don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna kind of go as close to him as I possibly can, and just whisper.
What?
Has he got a purple eye?
Have you got a purple eye? Nope.
Red eyes.
I'm just gonna whisper, Phil.
Who's Felk?
Insight check.
Yeah. 19.
There's an element of deception in that. Who's Velk?
Look, I'm in town. I might as well help you out.
You are right. Sketch, my old friend. It might be easier for you to help us in places we cannot go and talk to the people who would not talk to, let's say, more upstanding individuals.
Well, I am known for having a bit of a silver tongue.
And as I do that, like I'll flick out my tongue, and it's definitely like sharp.
Is it silver?
It is silvery in colour.
These are my friends. This is Face, Andrea, and Etheria, and Althea.
Oh, pleasure to meet you.
There's normally another one. It's
I do
quite...
a little bow.
He's got a new friend.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, there are normally another two.
I love that. There's only another one. Are you on about Belk? Yeah. Read straight there, but he's a prick.
There are normally another two. One has had a bit of a falling out with Althea, but we normally
We
have
haven't
this.
fallen out.
Rabbi, I got fucking.
You want me to cut him for you? I look up at Althea.
No.
This is Sketch.
All right.
If he
Just
needs
saying.
cutting, I can cut him myself. Thank
All
you.
right.
This is
Sorry,
Sketch. Stinking Boots McGee.
Smoking.
Thanking?
Smoking Boots McGee.
It's actually
Not McGee. It's not a crook. I'll take it. We've known each other for years.
Yes, but you can't remember your name.
Nah. Well, look at him. He drinks a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Muddles the old mind, doesn't it? Muddles the old mind.
I'm sure you could all imagine from what I've done up until now that is
True, yeah.
a believable story.
I
You know
don't
him
think
better
you
than
needed to
us.
say that.
I was like, we promise you now, we're not even questioning that.
It's like Sketch has known you all your life, mate.
Have I figured out who this person is?
Nope.
Okay.
The fact that Bjorn looks confused, but has acknowledged that Sketch is a real boy.
I should hope so.
Real
We can all
boy
see him.
sketch.
I'm gonna send a message to Bjorn. So, what is going on?
Can I mentally reply to this message?
You can, yeah, you get a reply
Okay.
with the message cantrip.
I think that's Velk, but go with it.
So, Sketchy Boots. Are you here to help us?
well, I'm in town for a few days. I see what I can do. You look like you need a few bins kicking over.
Why am I imagining like some kind of weird cross with Captain Jack Sparrow, but as Johnny Depp, like when he's proper drunk, like the waving and.
No, I'm kind of picturing like a very short green Ripper from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He can kick over the bins for us with his smoky boots.
Do we think the ducks are in the bins?
I can kick over bins. Why do we need?
That's in the
Fucking hate you,
Belfier.
Tony.
At this point, Raya does just look at a bin and just kick it.
Give me a strength check.
No.
One broken foot.
Well, Dux does work for D&D, so we're alright.
At 16.
16. You do indeed kick the nearest bin over. Trash goes everywhere.
Is
and
there a duck in it?
No.
How horrific would it be if there was a duck in it?
There's a nearby tiefling. Oh yeah, I've just swept all that up.
Right, we'll pick it back up. We were looking for ducks, and I'm just going to tidy up.
Raya just looks at the bin and then looks at the rest of us and go, and I'm weak. Like, I couldn't even pick up Velk, and I can kick over a bin.
It is a metaphor, Raya.
I can kick over the bins. Why do we need this little man?
I'm willing to
I
accept
can
any
kick over
help.
the bins.
I think he's more shady. You.
Who are you calling shady? I'll pull out a little knife. I just hold it towards him.
Fully you. Absolutely, 100%.
Flick the knife away. You.
But in a good way.
Just so I know.
I keep getting flashes of like the Mighty Boosh, the Cockney, and the Mighty Boosh. Who you calling shady? Okay, yeah.
I'm going to very quickly just tidy up the rubbish back into the
Sick of being replaced.
I'm going to help with Mage Hand.
idea.
Perhaps we should fill in our friend's sketch back at the room at the guild hall.
Even else concerned with Velk still missing.
I think Velk will find his way back to us when it is time.
Raya, filling him in on information, not actually filling him in with something, because I don't think we should do that.
I just hold the knife now. You do what?
I'm going to fill you in.
Right. Listen here. I'm in town for a few days, and I can help you out. Do you want my help or not?
No.
Right.
Yes, I'm on
yes.
board with the help. Any help is gratefully received. If you're a friend of Bjorn's, you're a friend of mine. I don't know Bjorn that well, but I'm in.
Well, then we're all in the same boat.
No, because you said you know Bjorn.
Well, I know Bjorn, but if he doesn't know you very well and you don't know him very well, then we're one and the same, aren't we?
I hope I continue to not know you very well.
We are in exactly the same boat. Face.
Exactly.
Raya is just going to look at Faith and be like, but we're not on the docks.
I think we should possibly walk and talk and head.
Let's go back to Ictelio's house and have a rest.
I need some sake.
I need to find Remy and make sure that he's not run away with
He's
nothing.
fucking gone, love. He walked up to you lot, saw the goblin, heard the conversation, turned around and fucked off.
I need lots of sake. I'm going back to Ictelio's.
Who's going back to... It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. Who's going back to Ictelio's?
Back to drink. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out for Remy, though, in the crowds.
Okay. It's not difficult. Remy's out and about, pottering around with Ryan. They're just kind of looking at stuff, going up to the stalls, still chin-wagging away, just out and about. It's been an hour since you last seen him.
I'm going to, like, sort of grab him by the hand. Not in a horrible way. Like, no, more like I've got stuff to tell you. Like, come back with us, I need to talk to you.
Okay. Ryan just kind of waves and carries on looking at the stall.
Your friend can come if they want, but I need to talk to you. It's important.
All right, and just moves up. Ryan don't. He just stays looking at the knitting patterns. I ain't got a fucking clue what he was looking at. And there's a knitting pattern in front of me, so.
As we're walking back, I'll just fill him in on what phase needed the troop for, and we found them, etc., and what's going to happen.
So what am I doing with these ducks?
We're going to kill them.
You want me to kill ducks?
No, we're gonna kill them. You don't have to get involved.
Why?
Why are we killing ducks?
Have you got any hoisin sauce in your pouch?
This is a private conversation, Bill.
The ducks is a metaphor. So the ducks are the
For
bad
what?
people that FaZe is looking for, but I don't want to say the bad people because it might be suspicious. So we're gonna call
You
them
don't think it looks weird that we're saying ducks every 5 seconds?
It can be weird, but people don't know what it means.
I'm going to kill a duck that can do a ballet dance. It's pretty. It's not very chordy.
It's how it is. It's fine.
And you have a go at me for mislabeling my potions. Have you seen Beyond? He's going to go kill the first duck Thank you for the follow, Mr. Dragon Lords. It's gravy
Ducks
time.
that do the dancing. It's my birthday next week.
Have you
and
seen
they're
Swan
gonna-
Lake? They're all dressed like ducks. It's your birthday. I thought your birthday was 3 months ago.
No, it's next week. We have to pretend.
You're doing it again, aren't you? You just want more presents. There's something wrong with you, Alfie.
No, you don't have to get me anything. You just have to pretend.
You said that
if
last
anyone
time and then
asks.
beat me up in a spar and said, I just need to build character or something. So I tell you I'm a wizard.
If
You were
any
like,
ducks ask you, it's my birthday next week.
I can't talk to ducks. Although I might have a potion that lets me.
Freya's eyes have just gone very yellow in confusion.
These two are talking off to the side, they're nowhere near you. I mean, still feel free to be confused, right?
No, she's still very confused.
If any people or ducks ask, it's my birthday next week, and we need to be at the guild house for tonight to watch some people dance because we think they're bad.
And I don't have to get you anything.
No, you don't have to get me anything. You can if you want. I mean, if you want to. You don't. You know.
Are you sure? I mean,
I'm sure.
that was the sentence I was waiting for. You said that last time. But you don't have to get me something.
You don't have to. I mean, it'd be nice once in a while, but you don't have to.
Once in a while? What, you mean once a year, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
Okay. Are you at Ectelios then tonight?
Yes.
Cool.
We'll be there soon. We're going there now.
I'm having a drink and something to eat with Ryan if you want to join us.
What? Ectelios.
You what? It's fucking flying headbutt, Remy.
Althea's just scared she's being replaced by someone else.
You're what?
Again.
Is that Ectelios? You're having dinner with Ryan, this person you've just met?
Well, yeah, he asked, so I just thought you wanted to join us.
No. But just be aware that we might be doing some very important things at Ectelios tonight, so if you don't want to get involved, you don't have to.
No, but you wanted me to get involved.
Spend time with Ryan.
What, he's just offered to have food.
No, you know what? It's fine. It's fine, Remy. It's fine. You have dinner. We're doing very, very important things with my birthday and ducks. All right? You just have dinner and you enjoy yourself. And we're going to do the important things. Just if things kick off, just stay with Ryan. I'm sure he'll keep you safe. You know what? I don't care.
Is Althea getting louder?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna nudge FaZe and say, I absolutely believe Althea's love language is shouting.
You can kind of see her. She's getting more and more like heightened and more kind of anxious and upset. Her eyes kind of glow a little bit gold. Just a little twinge, like a shine comes over, and then she just and huffs off and walks towards whoever's walking at the front.
As Althea is walking back towards you, like, you just see Remy kind of hand up to her back, obviously. She's walking away, looking confused.
If I can make eye contact with Remy, I'll be like,
Give me a sleight of hand check.
no, I'm not that subtle, but we'll give it a go.
It's alright, I'm going to go.
That's a 3.
So much shit just went through my head then.
Furious stood next to you, like.
And on Ethereum's head, it's a duck.
Yeah. So Remy looks across to you and you're like, it's like fucking what? Althea? Shouts the name.
Yes.
So you eating with me and Ryan?
Fate actually
we've
does
got
that.
very important things to do tonight. I just told you. You've got to be.
But you got to do it on a full stomach. You guys are now like 30 feet apart.
Why do I feel like this is every delusional boyfriend?
And every pain in the arse girlfriend.
I'm having so many flashbacks.
I don't want to interrupt your evening. Don't worry about me. We'll have dinner another time, maybe on my birthday next week.
Althea, it's still morning.
What?
It's morning. If you want to have dinner with Remy, it's fine. I was gonna get some sake and my lunch.
I don't want to have dinner with Remy. Not with Remy and Ryan. Whoever he is.
With Ryan. I'm a
Nothing's
bit-
wrong with Ryan.
Why don't we let him cry on?
We shut up, face. Right?
Raya is just going to be stood there and going, right, so I'm not good with metaphors, but I'm pretty sure that she does want to have dinner with him.
But just him,
And
not
now
Ryan.
she's annoyed that... Is that...
Yep. You've got it. You're doing really well.
When you say him, Rhea, though, you are talking about Remy, not Ryan, yes?
Yes.
Good.
You've got it down.
You're there.
Yeah, I really want to know with Ryan.
I'm waiting for Rhea to go, but Remy, she just wants some time with Ryan. You need to back up.
Take it in, man.
So Remy is left in the crowd. The crowd has now let the channel, like they parted and let Althea walk away, just as invested in the shouting that's going on, but not shouting, just raised voices.
Every time the voices raise, her eyes go sort of more gold, and she kind of starts like pulsing almost. Like...
And the crowd closes in, and Remy's back in the crowd now. And Althea is with you lot and Sketch.
Althea,
Yes.
are you by any chance mad at Remy for having a different friend because you like Remy?
No.
Are you
That
lying?
idea.
Insight check.
Absolutely preposterous.
What
I-
part of my behaviour would give you that idea?
Do I
Everyone's-
believe her? Do I believe her?
Inside check.
Inside check. The DCs are
Like
one.
dice out, like...
You don't need to deceive Althea.
That's it.
If you got over 5, you know she's lying.
Althea,
12.
Althea, come on. Remy cares about you deeply, and you can tell that even in the short time we've known you. Has Remy had many friends before? Because, they're not great with people.
He dunno, he wasn't able to go out much. I was always just used to it being like me and him.
Maybe Ryan will be a good influencer and teach him about labels and testing.
The truest
and...
of love.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be good, but what if he wants to spend all his time with Ryan? What if he doesn't want to come home after this? What if he's, he just wants to be in Buxy Bay and then I don't see him again? What if he doesn't want to come with us when we venture out to have more adventures? What
At
if
least
he's
we'll know where
not
he
being
is.
here? But then what if something happens to him? I can't protect him if he's not with me.
I can't protect him forever either. And, having
Bloody
just
can.
one friend, you've got friends. We're all your friends.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
it's
I
not.
protect you all too.
Yeah.
But he's been with me for ages. Like every time that I've been to visit Petruce's house when I fought for him and stuff, he was always there. It was just nice.
Do you care less about Remy because you've met us and we're your friends?
No.
So what makes you think that Remy's going to care less about you because he's made a new friend?
Dunno.
I'm going to pat
It's
him on the
almost
back.
like 6-year-old like
Althea
twiddling.
just bumps a duckling as it walks past.
Yeah.
Fucking ducks.
I'm going to send a message to Velk, and if he's within 120 feet, I'm going to say there's a duck sat on your shoulder.
Sketch, you had a voice in your head.
I'm going to watch out at the corner of my eye for any reaction.
Reaction.
Oh, he's good.
But that was a smart move. Well done.
Have we reached the guild house of Victalia yet?
I've assumed you walked and talked.
Always do.
As you get to the guild house and you all go in, there is a feast being prepared for the middle of the day. You quickly get the feeling that the doors are open for those that have been working the festival and currently setting up are allowed to come in and feast and drink and so forth. Leo is still up and about organising the gnomes and goblins as they're running across the top of the bar and serving everyone that's coming in, whether it be food, drink, etc. There are lots and lots of different cultural dishes from all over Colossus. And the horse goes past again. But the guild house is open to you all to interact with as you see fit. Ectelio is currently downstairs and towards the back of the guild hall, and again I emphasise how massive this place is. There is a small theatre stage type thing that you will have noticed the night before. Just no, it kind of like lights out, curtains closed type thing. And Ectelio is at the back, about to begin a performance. There is absolutely rammed with people at that. Like, they can't get any more people in the back end of that guild house. There must be 200 people just there at the back of this guild hall, just rammed in, no seats, no nothing, just right on top of each other, waiting to see Ectelio perform. The stage is high enough that you can see Ectelio stood on there. Ectelio currently is, their black hair is all over their head, full on plume all the way down to their waist. Their gold and silver robe, tunic is now a long robe, like almost ankle length. There is a beautiful silver rope belt around it. They have taken a form of a feminine features, and they are about to perform a song. The elf that you saw selling the idea of painting is in the guild house. They may have got there just ahead of you as you all spent time dealing with your emotions and, you know, killing ducks.
Dealt with them.
Yeah, they were dealt with. Put in a box and fucking hammer nailed and thrown in the river with the ducks, concrete ducks. So, as well as the other folk that were shouting and singing and dancing about Ectelio. Are you doing anything immediately?
Food, drink.
So you all just go about your casual stuff, the food and the drink? And just
seeing if Remy follows us in.
Remy isn't long behind if you're hanging about to think. Him and Ryan do appear.
knowing what Alexander has told me about Ectelio, I wanna watch the performance. I wanna see if the wings come out.
Okay. So you don't need to get too close. You can see it from here. Anyone else doing anything else?
I would like to find Alexander if I can.
Alexander is currently talking to two Dragonborn. One of them is of onyx scales and has a older veteran look about them. They are wearing, you'll see this, notice this straight away, Theria, the attire of a military leader in Quran. So, to make it quicker, they are wearing the Lorica type Romanesque armour of Quran. High pauldrons that are layered, the steel wraparounds, long red cloak, but the red shimmers, it's a ruby red, and you can see that almost glass effect put into the material somehow. They have a short sword, like a gladius, on their left hip, no shield, a bright pink set of scars across one face as if done by a clawed implement creature, whatever. But they hold an aura of authority, and they are speaking with Alexander to the far left. The other Dragonborn with them is about 7.5 feet tall, nothing but not quite a loincloth, but they're wearing very little up top, just covering their modesty below, and their legs are unshorn. They've got that like backwards bent reverse knee type thing going on. They have a great axe on their back that is made from a single piece of bone. And even from here you can see that the edge looks as sharp as steel would. And they are of a deep orange and red scaling, and they essentially look like a T-Rex stood on two legs, like all T-Rexes stand. But they are of a Dragonborn / lizard folk humanoid-esque physique, but they are massive. Althea, go on.
More lizard or dragon?
So the warrior is Dragonborn, the massive warrior next to them is a lizard folk. So to you, Tharos is the Dragonborn and Samos is the lizard folk.
Would I recognise either from my childhood? Obviously I've been gone a while.
Probably not. No, they're too important. Sounds stupid, but they're in elevated status that you just won't have a clue about unless you were out about. So, do you interrupt Fairs or not? Sorry, I was going to say, Althea, if you notice these, if Etheria points them out or Fairs points them out, looking at Alexander, the giant lizard folk looks very akin to those you fought in the arenas. They've got a definite stand about them that is always ready for it. Faiz, are you going to interrupt?
I'm going to sidle up. I'm not great at interrupting conversations. I don't know if you've noticed.
You give me an insight check on the conversation.
Okay. Can't have gotten the D20 now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. It's good. It's very good. 17, 18, 21.
21. Whatever they're talking about is super serious. Alexander is in full, straight-backed focus on this onyx-scaled, very veteran-esque dragonborn. And the very large warrior next to them is just kind of looking around the place. But the conversation they're having is super serious, it would seem.
I'm just going to walk closer and tap Alexander on the shoulder. Soldier.
Tap him on the soldier.
Tap him on the soldier.
Now.
Yeah. And just say, I am so sorry to interrupt. I just would love to get a moment with you. When you get a chance, I can see that you're busy. Sorry, thank you.
The dragonborn looks at you as if you were somewhat on the bottom of their shoe at that interruption. And before they can react, Alexander turns and puts their back to them both, blocking you. Soon, go away. But there's a smile on the face. Please, just go away. Go.
I will turn and slide away. Like...
You hear a message in your mind. Sorry for my rudeness, this is very important. And it is the voice of Alexander.
No rudeness? I assumed it was important.
And turns back. Bjorn. As you...
I'll be pushing people out of the way for Bjorn, but I'll be like, step aside.
Give me a intimidation. Give me an intimidation check.
24.
Cool. The majority of folk in front of you, whether they are really scared of you or just not, like they're a bit unsure or they just don't care and want to get out of the way, you are very successful at giving him a bit of a path. You don't get Bjorn all the way to the front, but you definitely get him into the mix of the crowd.
Mind yourselves.
And I'll just like shift it and like move through, and I'll position myself next to him.
Not a bad view, this. Who's this then?
As you're all kind of stood there, as you're looking across Bjorn, you see the crowd goes a little bit quiet. You start to hear birds, and a harp starts to play. But you see no player, and you see no birds. And for the safety of all across the world, I will not be performing Ectelio's song. Unless you want like it's a bar bell. So, as you hear the birds and the harp playing, that's stopped now because fuck you. There you go, it started again. Ectelio begins to sing. As soon as they sing, the immediate front rowers just stop swaying and just stare, and like a wave keeps coming back, and everyone just stops and stares. The voice is beyond anything you've ever heard before. It is akin to the divinity you hear when Kosto speaks to you, dreams, mind, etc. It is deeper and more soulful than some of the shaman and scald types of Viconia. It is also higher and more harmonious than some of the visitors that you've had in Viconia. There is nothing you can compare it to. Every time you try to, you always put it above what you're trying to compare it to. The immediate crowd, the 200 or so in front of you, all fall into this charm, and it starts to wave through the entire guild house, which all in all could probably hold 1,000 people. This guild hall is massive. The goblins, gnomes and halflings on the bar deliberately stop what they're doing and all listen to Ectelio. Everyone else starts falling in, including you lot. The song is charming, it's definitely overpowering of your senses. You get the feeling that if you tried to resist it, you could. Do any of you try to resist the song?
Yeah, Althea will.
Probably
If-
by instinct. I'd
If
try
you're
it
trying
first.
to resist it, please do me a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Great
Does
at
it,
these as a fire.
just to be clear, does it feel like it's like actively trying to charm
Oh.
like us, if that makes sense?
It's definite. There's a supernatural element to it, and there is a charming. It's not quite a charm, but it's charming in the descriptive term rather than the spell
Ah,
charm. Yeah. Who tried to resist?
Me.
What did you get off there?
Nat 20.
Cool. For a total of?
20.
Cool. Fizz?
14.
Ray?
It didn't.
Are you not resisting?
Nope.
Cool. So, as the song goes across the guild house and everyone falls into it, there is that everyone just stands stop. If you could bring yourselves to look at other folk, you'd notice that their jaws were slightly open, including you, Althea. You tried to resist this, this soft singing, and are unable to. As you two now accept that this is probably the most beautiful voice you've ever heard in your lives. What you lot do notice is Ectelio still does not make eye contact with a single person in the crowd. However, there is a mirror just to their left, and it is almost as if they are singing to their own reflection. The song lasts 3 or 4 minutes, and you don't ever want it to end. You just want to live here, breathe it, absorb it, and it be your life forevermore. And then as Ectelio finishes, there is no more singing coming from Ectelio, and the feeling lasts for maybe 30, 40 more seconds. The harp continues. Ectelio stops singing, takes a long breath, kisses their fingers, puts it to the mirror on the lips of their reflection. And you snap out of it. And that's where we're going to leave tonight's session. So, let me stop the harp. It's getting a bit deep round here. Right. Whew. I'll be honest, kids. That was a fucked up session. So,
Right. Got Biggie to stop playing World of Warcraft. because
No,
they
Fallout
couldn't-
76.
Fallout
Oh,
76.
was it Fallout 76? Purely because they couldn't see through the tears. I
brilliant.
think they actually
A
asked us to
plaster.
stop at one point.
Right. I've got to go. So I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much for watching, folks. It was that was Dungeons and Dragons. That session was Dungeons and Ducks, apparently. But
Dungeons and
Dragons.
But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Lots of fun, lots of cool little stuff. Couple of serious bits that weren't too serious, and lots of teenage romance. So, Dungeon Ducks and Dragons. Right, take care of yourselves. It's been great. We're back on tomorrow with Fables Among Titans, session 66. There'll be no streaming from Wednesday onwards until next week. Till next Monday, sorry. Because I'm at a LARP event this weekend and we're still waiting on Baby Beholder. So, so take care of yourselves. Lots of love. Look out for the podcast. Look out for the YouTube. You can watch the VOD again. We get a lot of people watching the VOD. I got the stats through for last month, for February, and some kind person watched 3,000 minutes of VOD. So, but you lot are definitely watching them, you lunatics. But yeah, so thank you very much. It's much appreciated. The hype trains, the bits, the cheers, the subs, the gifted. It's ridiculously humbling. Thank you so much for tuning in and laughing with us. And we'll see you all next Monday, hopefully. So yeah, so for now, you lot say fucking goodbye, ducks.
Bye,
Goodbye,
Ducks.
Dax.